Well, here we go. Welcome, everybody. MJ Morning Show here on a Tuesday morning, and I'm getting psyched up. Yep, starting on Monday, less than a week from right now, we start blowing out tablet tag tablets, more Microsoft Surface Pro 8, Windows 11 tablets. These are full computers, Intel inside. You know, these things retailed at $1,100, and we're giving away 40 of them. 40. Tablet tag is coming back. It starts on Monday in the 6 o'clock hour. This hour coming up on Monday, and it's every single hour. I'm pretty psyched. Yeah, every hour, every day on the MJ Morning Show for 2 solid weeks. So next Monday, we'll do 6 a.m., 7, 8, 9. Then repeat Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then the next week, again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Every hour, 6 o'clock hours, 7, 8, and 9 o'clock hours, we're giving away these tablets.
Tablet tag back again. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, do that more like, like tag team. Go on. Come on. Yeah, do that.
Tablet tag back again.
Yeah, because we all know that you're quite the rapper. Yeah, come on. Do that.
I mean,
come on, Roxanne, come on.
Tablet tag back again. I love the way you activate your hips and put your ass out. Got it, wanting it so bad about to pass out. Want to dig you, and I can even lie about it, baby, just to alleviate your clothes.
What was that? I don't remember.
You don't remember that?
Was I out that day?
Here, let me do it again. Here, listen.
I love the way you activate your hips and put your ass out. Got it, wanting it so bad about to pass out. Want to dig you, and I can even lie about it, baby, just to alleviate your clothes.
Did you just forget words and just stop on that?
No, I just was like, what am I doing right now? I need to stop right now.
Oh, yeah, this is on the Wall of Rocks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Wall of Roxanne, where we just kind of pull out little sound bites that she says on the air like...
I prefer math.
And... It's one of my favorites right there. That's like the guy that's throwing up while smoking a joint.
In the background, I don't know if you can hear it over the radio, but there's Coop saying something like, do it again, because they were recording a commercial. And
Thank you.
You can hear him in the background. She's like, hi, this is Roxanne Wilder for... Right. She messed up on her script.
Oh. I thought that part of the blow was Coop, but no, that all the blah, blah, blah is me.
The is you, but in the very, very faint in the background, you hear Coop, do it again.
My kids ate so much candy on Sunday, they were shaking.
So we keep a wall of Roxanne, of some of Roxanne's greatest hits.
Yeah. I want to smell it.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, too.
That was you, Fester. I want to smell it.
Yeah.
I want to smell it.
And
I didn't take my clothes off. I like it rough.
Oh, that's another good one right there.
I like it rough.
Yep.
It's fun. I like pain. Fast little fingers.
Why do you even pee my pants? Why do you even come in for a live show? We have a Roxanne soundboard. We could just fill you in the whole show.
Don't even need to be here. Driving like an a-hole. Like 90 shots in my butt. Like 90 shots in my butt. What was that in reference to?
I don't know.
Like 90 shots in my butt.
I don't know.
What?
Maybe it's the time that you went to Lakeland and you met that lady that looked like Miss Cleo in a storage garage, and she injected the Home Depot silicone into your butt to give you that, that packed up bunkie,
That could have been it. I think that was maybe in reference to IVF, but I don't know. Doug is not a creepy guy. Doug is not a creepy guy. Hey, guys, I got married.
Hey, Andrew, are we missing some? It seems that there are a couple, like in the last month or so, that are not on the Wall of Roxanne. I don't know.
I mean, we just went through 20 of them, so I think that's enough.
We may need a wall refresh.
Yes, we did.
I know recently you said you'd like to take another inch. I'd love to hear that again.
Fester yesterday showed me something.
Yeah.
And it involves a video that Fester took. What are your concerns about talking about this and putting the video up for MJ Morning Show listener consumption? We've got a story that Fester witnessed last weekend, just this past weekend, and it is a bizarre situation. Fester has video. What is your concern? Because I plan to dive right into this on the show today.
I have several concerns.
Yeah, what are they?
One of which is I want to be somewhat respectful as to how other people identify.
this is in public. I don't think there's an expectation of privacy.
Right.
Also, the individual has a mask on.
Yeah.
So what's your issue?
I think the individual might be, I don't know, 15 or 16 years old. I don't want to.
Well,
I mean, I'm just telling you. You're asking me my issue. I don't want to be somebody who comes at kids. So I want to be respectful of their age and what they're going through.
Oh, suddenly you're concerned and respectful.
No.
What, did you get hit on the head?
Listen.
What? Suddenly Fester is. Oh, he got hit on the head. Yep.
Look, this person's
head wound Fester.
If this person's 18, 19 years old, then, it might be fair game. If this person's 14, 15 years old, I think I might feel differently about it.
I think this is fair game.
Okay.
I think this story is crazy. And listen, we can tell the story, but the video just kind of knocks it home.
And this has been in the news in the last year.
What do you mean it's been in the news in the last year?
Creating a safe space for how this...
Are you suddenly afraid to get in trouble?
Well, no, I don't care about that. No. Schools have said that they want to create a safe space, or there have been a move in some schools that we've had reports about to create safe spaces for a student to identify as this.
I haven't heard this.
I don't want to give it away. I don't want to say now.
Oh, Roxanne, you weren't part of this conversation.
No.
Hey, Fester, when did you show this to me?
I showed it to you yesterday, like right toward the end of the show, because I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk to you about it.
It was
today.
very much at the end of the show, so we didn't have time to talk about it. Yeah, we've got to address this today, and it's something that Fester witnessed. Now, what is your question, Roxanne?
I'm sorry. I do know what he's talking about.
Did he show you the video?
Yes,
he
did.
All right.
I just didn't know that this was a thing that people were creating safe spaces for people to be.
I remember there were some stories floating around, and I don't know if they're true. Am I going to give too much away here?
I don't know.
I remember there was a story and there was like some outrage, but I don't know if it was ever verified or if it was just like internet rumor crap that there was a school that actually put a litter box in the bathroom in school. Does that make some sense?
Yeah. I mean, maybe
Can you look that up, Roxanne? Is that true or false? Because I thought I remembered that it was an urban legend. Fester just found it. How an urban myth about litter boxes in schools became a talking point. Yeah, see, I remember seeing this in the last year, and I didn't know whether it was real. I thought it was like like I said, I thought it became like an urban legend or a myth. And I don't know if it really happened. But, folks, I think we just gave you a major hint. And let me tell you right now, what Fester captured on video is not an urban myth. No. It's not an urban legend. It happened.
Right there in front of me.
Right in front of Fester. We got to talk about this.
Okay.
Fester, we've got to talk about it. The individual is wearing a mask, so you don't have a readily identified face. I think we're okay on this. All right, hold on. We'll get to it probably next hour. You want to listen to this. You want, and then we got to be able to get the video up, or we'll probably just post the video on social media or something.
Sure.
Because I don't know if Andrew can get the video up on our website. How long is that video that you showed me?
I think I took a 30-second clip.
All right, good enough. All right, so folks, this is very odd. Also, I have a very important announcement to make. I want to address something before it becomes totally public. So that'll be coming up on the MJ Morning Show. Listen, you got to listen to this whole show. You got to figure out how. You got to figure out how to not miss a minute of the show because of things that are going to happen. Because we'll talk about things in this hour. We don't get to certain things until the next hour. You got to figure out a way how to listen to this entire show. If you're like driving in the car now, you don't stop when you get out of the car. You want to use your phone to keep listening to us on the various apps. Download the iHeart app, download the Odyssey app, AUDACY, tune in, the My Q105 app, and keep listening to the show even after you get out of your vehicle in the morning. All right, hold on. I don't want to get too late here. Let me grab traffic. And is there an update to the dude that was sucking on the guy's toes at the Hilton?
What would the update be?
I don't know if there's any kind of an update to the story because I'm still, 24 hours later, I am fascinated by this story. If you don't know that, we ought to discuss this with the early crowd because this is absolutely bonkers. Coming up, 6:10, MJ Morning Show on Q105. Back in a minute. Hey, Pat.
Just took a sweep of I-4 east and westbound between Polk City.
right, 6:19 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ and the crew here. Anybody here from Froggy? Did he make it to Texas successfully? If you didn't notice yesterday, there was no Froggy. If you didn't notice yesterday, Chloe was here, my daughter. And people are saying, can she come in every day this week while Froggy's out? Well, the answer is no, because she has to take a couple of LSAT practice tests as she is planning on sitting for the LSAT since she graduates college, which is it's just blowing my mind that Chloe's going to graduate with a triple major a whole semester early in the fall. And now she's doing LSAT prep to take the law school entrance exam. It's like, oh my, what is going on here, man?
You know what she's been doing at school then? She's been studying to accomplish all that in that short amount of time.
It seems that it was just yesterday that we're driving down our neighborhood roads in South Tampa, and Chloe would sit in her car seat in the back of the car and point to flags on people's porches and belt out the F word.
Yeah.
Do you remember that story?
I recall her doing that. Yes.
Oh my. Yeah. When Chloe was a little kid, like, I don't know, 2, 3, she didn't say the word flag. So driving through South Tampa, people will have a flag, like sort of on their porch. You get that little metal clip holder. You put the flagpole in there. And, some people have it out all the time. Some people have it out for the 4th of July. Anyway, Chloe loved flags. And for whatever reason, she couldn't say the word flag, F-L-A-G. So she would belt out a different F word. And it is an F word that I cannot say on the air. And we would drive through neighborhoods, and she would she was fascinated by the flags and would point and go, and point to it and just say the word F-U,
My daughter does that too. She doesn't say that F word, but she replaces the G's with the CK, with a K sound. So that does make sense.
Wow. Hey, if you missed it, this is an insane story, and I just looked to see if there was any kind of an update. I guess there'll probably be some court activity at some point, but I'm still blown away by the story at the downtown Nashville, Tennessee Hilton Hotel, where, talk about having your mind blown. Well, this guy had his toes blown, but that's
the creepiest looking guy.
Oh, and the mugshot, which we put up on our website yesterday, for the early crowd, if you did not hear this story, if you listened to the show in, the first hour, then you didn't catch this later on. And this is one of these items where it is so bizarre. I'm still obsessing over this story because I don't know what was going through this guy's head. This David Patrick Neal, this 52-year-old guy. Also, it looks like his head is lopsided. It looks like his skull. I mean, look at. I don't know if that's the angle of the mugshot at the Nashville Police Department. I don't know, but it looks like his bone structure on the right side of his head and skull is like larger, and it looks like it's sort of like kind of caves in on the left side of it. Are you seeing what I... Do you see what I see?
I see several facial deformities. One, his below lip area, his chin area, is that of a toddler. So he has a baby chin on a big head.
This guy's mugshot is just... Can you close the door, Fester? Why is the door open?
Okay, well, you're picking him apart.
I know it's hot as hell in here.
Ventilation issues.
Yeah,
it's the sole reason why.
I know. Studio sucks.
You're picking him apart. I have something to add that's going to creep you out. When I look at him, he just strikes me as the type like he has like really dry mouth. So I bet it was his mealy mouth noises that woke the guy up. Well, also the sandpaper tongue.
No, I don't get the dry mouth look from him at all.
You don't?
Yeah.
I get a dry mouth look.
He looks like a very moist man.
Yeah. All right, there's just a lot to this story. Now, we do have this guy's mugshot up on our website. I'll give you those details in a second. But for those that missed this item yesterday, we generally don't repeat a lot of stuff on the show, meaning we have enough material but this is just so bizarre that I can't get this damn thing out of my head. And this guy apparently couldn't get this guest's toe out of his mouth. So here we go. If you missed this, a hotel guest in Tennessee told police in Nashville, Tennessee, that he woke up and found the night manager of the Hilton Hotel sucking on his toes at 5 o'clock in the morning. Can you imagine? You're awakened by something, and then you look down your bed, and the manager from the front desk, the hotel night manager of the big Hilton Hotel in downtown Nashville, Tennessee, is sucking on your toes at the base of your bed. I mean, can you even process this?
Very important question. Do you think this hotel guest was wearing flip-flops or open-toed shoes of any kind when he checked in to entice David? Or do you think...
So you're asking, why was he attracted? What tipped off the hotel manager to this guest's toes?
These are the questions I would be asking if I was an investigator.
That's a good question.
So if you were a detective...
Yes.
If you were Detective Roxanne at the Nashville Police Department?
Are you saying he asked for it?
Well,
just because he was showing his toes off? That's not how it goes.
Oh, he was flaunting those toes, man. Yeah, he was asking for it.
Officer.
He was asking for a good toe sucking.
Look how good his toes look, officer.
Those dogs on display.
The suspect is David Neal, 52, the nighttime manager of the Hilton Nashville downtown. He was arrested, charged with aggravated burglary and assault. Burglary going into the guest's hotel room.
Sure.
So even though you're the manager and you're inside a hotel, if the manager goes in, statute-wise, you can make that a burglary charge. Do you realize that if you reach into somebody's car, let's say the window's open, they're driving their vehicle. Let's say you get into an argument. Like, I'll give you an example. Remember O.J. Simpson? O.J. Simpson, after he, nearly sliced off the heads of Ron and Nicole and, of course, killed them, O.J., remember, moved here to Florida. He was down south of Miami. He was down in Kendall, and he got into some altercation. Remember, O.J. couldn't stay out of trouble? Remember, he was acquitted of double murder.
Right.
And then he moved to Florida. And he just couldn't stay out of trouble. There was just all kinds of incidents. And there was an incident where he got into a road rage issue with a motorist down in South Florida. And OJ, grabbed the guy's sunglasses off his face. So OJ got out of his car, confronted this other driver who he had a road rage incident with. And OJ reached into this guy's vehicle and, grabbed his sunglasses off his face and threw them. OJ reaching into the vehicle, it became a burglary charge. So that'll happen. If you get into an issue with somebody and you reach into their vehicle, I'm not talking about smashing the window and stealing something out of their car. Just reaching in can be a burglary charge. So this guy going into the hotel, even though he's the manager of this Hilton in Nashville, it was burglary going in. So the Nashville Metropolitan Police say the manager made a key card for that particular room, went in around 5 a.m., at the end of March. The story just came out.
The other side.
The story just came out over the weekend. I don't know how it took so long for the story to come out. I saw it on Saturday. And in the last 24 hours, the story has really taken off. After we did the story yesterday, it just seems that the story took on a new life of its own. The guest, his name, Peter Brennan from Texas, and he told the police that he woke up and found this manager, Neal, sucking on his toes. He wakes up and he looks down his bed inside the Hilton Hotel in downtown Nashville, and there's a dude at the base of his bed sucking on his toes at 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's service with a smile right there. I mean, this guy, he could be manager of the year.
So Brennan, the guest from Texas, he jumps up screaming, according to News Channel 5 out of Nashville. And Brennan said he confronted Neal as he recognized him as one of the hotel employees who had, that's right. I remember what it was. That Neal, the manager, had helped the guest out the previous day with a TV problem. His TV wasn't working, so this manager went up to the guy's room to help him with the TV. So Roxanne, it must have been at that point that during the help in the room for the TV that he noticed, my, what nice toes you have. And that's what apparently led to the toe sucking.
Are there any pictures of the suspect's toes online anywhere?
I don't know that we want to objectify the victim in all of this, Roxanne.
I could see that he was wearing a uniform. He had his name tag on. Well, it's nice to know the name of the hotel employee that's sucking your toes at 5 o'clock in the morning. And it's very convenient if they have a name tag on. Yeah, so I guess it said David Neal or just David. With the Hilton Hotel logo.
Just David, your friend David.
The stylized Hilton H, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So wearing a uniform. The authorities noted that Neal had not told security about the apparent smell of smoke after the manager claimed that he went into the room because he smelled smoke. So went into the room. And, of course, when you're smelling smoke and you enter a room to make sure there's not a room fire, the next step is to clearly suck on a guest's toes in their hotel room while they're sleeping.
Oh, yeah. And we thought maybe his toes were on fire, which I'm always going to do that. If
his toes are on fire!
Just lick something to put the fire out.
Anyway, the room key was not found. He disposed of the evidence of the duplicate room key that he made to... Listen, if you're at the front desk, you can make a room key for any damn room. That's how he got in to suck on the toes at 5 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, the manager was arrested just this past Friday. That's why, for whatever reason, it took a long time it took over a month to arrest the guy.
What's this guy been doing for the last month?
I don't know. Probably looking at toe websites online or something. I don't know.
WikiFeet. Yeah, well,
It's called WikiFeet.
Roxanne's on WikiFeet for crying out because of me.
So he was arrested in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. He was arrested in Lebanon, Tennessee, in his home, jailed on $27,000 bond. Brennan, the guest, said he'd been traumatized by the bizarre episode. He's having problems sleeping now. He says he's going through PTSD, post-toe sucking disease or dilemma.
Distress.
Distress. Disorder.
Disorder.
Yeah, disorder. And he's working with a therapist now. He says he doesn't even really feel safe in his own home. Listen, this dude is setting up a big old lawsuit. This guy has a big old... I don't know if this is a Hilton corporate-owned hotel or if it's a franchise, but this guy is setting up one hell of a lawsuit. What a bizarre freaking story.
And then didn't Andrew tell us yesterday that he was convicted of murdering somebody?
Yeah. Andrew, what did you see on this guy? This dude, the night manager at the Hilton, had previously been convicted of murdering his roommate?
Yes, he was convicted of voluntary manslaughter in 97.
Can you talk on the microphone?
I have a microphone.
No, but you're talking away from the microphone.
Yeah, I know. I was leaning towards the screen.
All right.
I'll bring it with me.
There you go.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, he was found guilty of voluntary manslaughter in 97 of a 96 murder of his roommate.
What the hell? So why the hell's this guy out? Why is he not a lifer? He killed his roommate in 1996, convicted in 97?
How many toes has this guy sucked that they haven't turned him in?
You're right. I mean, this is insane. So... Oh, it is. Oh, it's an independent Hilton franchise. Anyway, the guest is clearly setting up a hell of a lawsuit. I wonder if all the lawyers in town are toe-to-toe trying to get this guy's business. What do you think? Yeah, a statement issued by the manager of the Hilton Nashville downtown, not the toe sucker, said the safety and security of our guests and team members is our highest priority. I'm sorry, folks. I had to do that story again. We spent time on this yesterday. But, I mean, I'm obsessed with this story because it is the most, this is like making something up. And it's like, that can't be true. All right, which of these stories is fake? No, this is a real story. Unbelievable. And the guy's mugshot, you got to look at this creepatola. His mugshot is on our website, mjmorningshow.com, under stories mentioned. So look for the top of the page. You'll see like a little header that says stories mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. Go to mjmorningshow.com, click on that, and then you'll see the link to this guy's mugshot because this guy is so freaking creepy. All right, quick break. When we get back, we'll dive into the actual early morons in the news next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Don't move. Also, full details on tablet tag coming up. We're giving away 40. Starting on Monday, giving away 40 tablets. Tablet tag on the MJ Morning Show. These are Microsoft Surface Pros, and these are courtesy of two college brothers. They're helping bring this contest to you, the MJ Morning Show listener. Sponsored by twocollegebrothers.com, the smartest move you will ever make. We are less than a week away from starting this thing, man, and I am stoked. I'm pretty damn excited. Hey, weather... It is the MJ Morning Show. This is Q105. It is time for the early morons in the news at 6:42. We do have a follow-up from the MJ Morning Show follow-up file, and that is the parent that slugged an umpire in Osceola County, and it looks like yesterday an arrest has been made. Yeah, so this is an update. Yeah, this is new since yesterday.
Would this guy have ever been arrested if this video never made it out? Because the video came out late last week. The punch happened in the middle of April.
I would imagine that the umpire or other people reported this and called the police. But a guy right here in Florida in Osceola County who sucker punched an umpire who was also a disabled veteran. Can you imagine? You got a disabled veteran serve this country. He's umping a baseball game. And you got a father that decks this guy. The umpire, identified as Reynaldo Mora, was sucker punched. He was standing by the backstop just after a game when a guy identified by the police as Jorge Aponte Gonzalez walked up behind this guy and punched him in the head. I mean, like a sucker punch to the back of the head. You know, according to the video, which was released by the Osceola County Sheriff's Office here in Florida, the video shows Reynaldo Mora, the ump, immediately falling to the ground. Concerned players and parents run up to help the guy. Then two other men, also I'm sure fathers, they ran and restrained Gonzalez, the parent that bashed the ump in the back of the head. This was an April 18th attack. It happened at a local high school. The umpire does this because he has a passion for baseball. He loves to give back to the community.
Yeah, of course.
He loves to dedicate his time to baseball and to kids, according to the sheriff. Marcos Lopez of Osceola County said this at a news conference last week. Mora The umpire told WKMG TV, which is an Orlando TV station, that the attack blindsided him, took him by surprise. Quote, all of a sudden, I felt something here in my temple knocked me down. He believes that it happened because he had given an unsportsmanlike conduct warning to Gonzalez's son earlier in the game.
I wonder where the son gets it from.
Yeah, I see it runs in the family. Isn't this lovely? Yeah, the son was upset about the warning and was repeatedly cursing. What the hell? I was trying to see video of the kids, because what I don't have in the story is how old the kids were. Was this involving 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds? Were they 12, 14-year-olds? Yeah. So I didn't see the age of the... Do you have that anywhere?
Well, I just saw a blurb. Let me see. 2 men restraining Gonzalez after the April 18th attack at a local high school.
That's what I said.
So high school
So
age,
it's a high school...
No. But it doesn't mean... It's a Little League game. It's a baseball game. So you could have small kids playing at a high school field, because a lot of times these Little League teams, they use various fields around certain areas. Sometimes I think they're public school fields. Sometimes they're, private Little League fields. But, I don't know the age of the kids. So this guy gets whacked in the back of the head. Yeah. Morris said he didn't realize someone had punched him until others told him so. He got whacked so hard, he's knocked down. And, man, that's nuts. He says, every time I go with the mentality of have fun.
Yeah, he's an ump. He's dedicated. Yeah. He's volunteering his time. We're getting paid very little.
He's a disabled kid who loves to... I'm sorry. He's a disabled veteran, rather.
Right.
Who loves to work with the kids, loves baseball, and he's doing a nice thing for the community. And then you got one of these crazed, whacked-out fathers that whacks the guy in the back of the head. I mean, totally blindsided the guy. We have a job to do. We want to be as invisible as possible, and I guess I wasn't invisible for this individual. So Gonzalez was arrested last week on charges of battery on a sports official and disruption of a school function. So maybe it...
Clearly, the umpire wasn't invisible.
So maybe it was. Maybe it was an official school game, but they didn't make it clear of whether it was an official game with the school.
Did you see what the guy said? What Gonzalez was saying? The guy who
just tell me what
the puncher said. I'm being arrested for defending my kid.
Yeah, you can't smash the umpire in the back of the head and knock him down.
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Gonzalez.
Well, Lopez said that he spoke to Gonzalez shortly after his arrest and shared video of him being walked through the station in handcuffs laughing. What the hell?
Yeah, this guy still doesn't believe he's been arrested for it. He thinks it's nothing. He thinks he was just being a good father. Meanwhile, he's battering a disabled veteran.
I'm just standing up for my kid.
Yeah, so Lopez is the sheriff. The sheriff shared video of the guy laughing as he's being arrested. And then he said, I'm being arrested for defending my kid. There's no reason for you to take this to this level. No, there was no reason for you to hit an umpire. And, in Florida here, there are enhanced charges. This is something that happened some time ago, and he was arrested on charges of battery on a sports official. There is an enhanced charge. And that happened, I want to say, 10 years ago, 50. There was an upgraded charge because of parents going freaking nuts and attacking umpires and refs. I mean, we've had numerous stories like this over the years where a parent gets all ticked off that the ref called their kid out or they didn't like the call. And, in the soccer game. Hey, I've witnessed crap. I've never witnessed a fight, but I've witnessed some really nasty, parents yelling at refs during, Chloe's soccer career because she's been playing soccer since she was like 3 years old. So I've seen some real DH fathers screaming at the refs.
Of which you're not one of.
And DH is not a designated hitter, okay?
No, it's not a baseball term.
Yeah, no. So the update here is we knew about the punch. Now the update is that Lopez, the sheriff, has arrested the attacker, this Gonzalez guy. So again, folks, stay out of jail. Don't attack a referee. And what, he thought it was okay because he was defending his son? Okay, all right, you know what? We're not going to charge you with bashing the umpire in the back of the head after the game because, yeah, you were just defending your son. Yeah, you know what? That's covered by, the family honor code. Yep.
You're okay.
Yeah, folks, you can't hit an official, and parents just need to back it down. You know, you've had plenty of stories of refs and umpires that have just quit. They've walked away from something they love because some of the parents are just out of control.
The parents are the worst part of all of this.
All right, 6:50 at the MJ Morning Show. I'm not even remotely done with the early morons in the news. Oh, speaking of baseball, I didn't get to this yesterday. Did you hear the play-by-play announcer for a Major League Baseball team and what he said?
Nope.
Oh, my God. You got to hear. This is crazy. All right, hold on. We'll get into that coming up. This is nuts, what was said live on the air. It's led to a suspension. He may never come back. Hang on. We'll get to that. We got the audio next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Let's talk about your carpets. Let's talk about... hold on a minute. I got to stop for a second here. I wanted to talk first about this very unfortunate broadcast error. And, well, sometimes things come out of your mouth as a broadcaster, whether you're on radio or television, that you didn't intend to say, and you probably didn't mean it, but it can wreck a career. I mean, like decades of work could be destroyed in literally 2 seconds. 2 freaking seconds. All right, hold on. I'm going to get to that in a second, but I just witnessed something very bizarre here in the studio. Oh, incidentally, you are listening to the MJ Morning. Did I say that, MJ Morning Show?
You just did.
You got the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, MJ with Fester and Roxanne. Froggy's out this week. He's doing some kind of, some kind of shelving training in BFE, Texas. Someplace I never even heard of.
Terrell, Texas.
Terrell, Texas.
Mm-hmm. Home of Jamie Foxx.
Oh, that's right. Who's still in like a hospital with like this unknown medical condition officially, but Roxanne says she's got intel that he had a stroke. That's what Roxanne says.
I've heard from multiple people.
Yeah, through friends, because Roxanne, is quite the Hollywood hobnobber, and Roxanne's got all these connections everywhere. And Roxanne's sources are claiming that Jamie Foxx had a stroke. Man, wish him the best, but he's from his little place called Terrell, Texas, and that's where Froggy is right now. So, all right, I just witnessed something bizarre in the studio. Guys, was that really a fight about the humpback thing? Roxanne, were you really serious, or were you joking around, or were you really pissed?
Fester and I are very aggressive towards one another. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I think I caught her off guard.
I've noticed like this odd aggression, but what I want to know were you really
wait. Odd aggression?
Yes.
For someone who needles, or who has the odd aggression, me or Fester?
So the aggression would be the violent reaction you had back to me.
Okay, so someone needles you, but I'm just supposed to sit here.
Hold on. I need a whistle. Can I get a ref whistle, please? I'm trying to blow the whistle. All right, hang on a minute. Roxanne, what I just witnessed off the air during the commercial break, was that a real fight? Were you really backbiting and yelling at Fester, or were you playing around? Because I couldn't tell.
It's more like everything Fester and I do is playing around, but we play like aggressive animals. Like if you saw 2 dogs, like 2 pit bulls fighting, you might be like, oh, let's break them up. No, that's just how they play. Now, if they went and played with other dogs, that could be considered a maul.
All right, hold on.
Right?
Yes.
Hold on.
Thank you.
If you both had shivs and you were stabbing each other like a prison fight, would that be like play fighting, or would that be real nasty, aggressive fighting? Trying to kill each other.
If we both had shivs.
Yes, if you both had shivs.
My swipe would have been like a surface cut.
Yeah.
But then Roxanne's swipe would have been like between the ribs into an organ.
Oh, like a liver stab.
Yes.
True.
Yeah, like a garlic-tipped ice pick.
Yes. Yes.
All right, let me tell you what just happened here. I posted a teacher appreciation spoof image Photoshop that Wacky Jackie did. Now, folks, if you don't follow my Instagram or the MJ Morning Show Instagram, and it's probably up on, did you put it up on Facebook as well?
Yep.
All right, it's up on our MJ Morning Show Facebook page. Wacky Jackie in our sales department, who you hear on the show occasionally, she does some really cool Photoshops for the show. She, some of her latest ones.
She did the Cinco de Mayo one. She did the
She
Star
put us all
Wars.
in mariachi outfits for Cinco de Mayo. May the 4th be with you. Turned us all into Star Wars characters. Fester, Jabba the Hutt, obviously. And so this apparently is Teacher Appreciation Week. This is like a national deal, right?
Yeah, last week was Teacher Appreciation Week at my kids' school. But I guess nationally speaking, it is this week.
Yeah, so Teacher Appreciation Week started yesterday on the 8th. So Wacky Jackie put together a Teacher Appreciation Week little Photoshop, and it's based on Bad Teacher. And was that Cameron Diaz in that movie? Is that what it is? Right, Cameron Diaz in Bad Teacher.
Yeah.
So Wacky Jackie did a Photoshop of, is it the Bad Teacher movie poster? and it's Teacher Appreciation Week 2023. Roxanne, MJ, and Fester, and it's Bad Teacher, and we're photoshopped.
Well,
So-
I feel bad Froggy's not in there.
Well, because Froggy's out, and I guess Froggy couldn't fit in the Photoshop. Also, there is a mention at the bottom of the artwork where it's like Froggy's not here this week, but I had to size it. The whole thing, I asked Wacky Jackie to figure out how to do the Photoshops so they size properly in Instagram. So were you able to post the whole thing on Facebook, or was it also sized oddly on Facebook as well, Fester?
It doesn't say it's your crop from. It tripped over from. I used the link from
okay.
your
All
Instagram.
right. Yeah, at the very bottom it said Froggy couldn't be here, but it won't fit. But it's Roxanne is Cameron Diaz, and then I don't even know who the two guys were.
I don't either.
But my face is photoshopped on one of the other teacher guys, and then Fester's on the other one, and the hair is hysterical. And it's thank you, all of our amazing Tampa Bay educators, but it's a bad teacher. There's a little bit of an oxymoron here. There's a little bit of a contradiction. But anyway, it's a funny Photoshop. But, Fester, you think that Roxanne's Photoshop looks... is that where the humpback came from?
No. So
What happened here?
in the photo,
Yeah.
in the image that Jackie chose,
Right.
Roxanne, the Cameron Diaz character that we have Roxanne's face on.
Right.
Roxanne acknowledged, "Hey, that's what I look." Am I saying this right? I don't want to put words in
Okay,
your mouth. What
let's
did
see.
you say when you saw this image, Roxanne?
I said, here's me as a blonde with a humpback.
All right, so why are you yelling at Fester? What happened?
So I completely innocently, not looking for any retaliation, just yucking it up with my cohorts. I said, "Oh, is this the first time you've seen yourself with a humpback?"
And I said, oh, you're a bleep.
A bleep hole.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
like-
No.
not like- no.
Yeah.
You say, "Oh, you're a bleep." You're like, "Shut up."
Now, in the actual movie poster, does it look like Cameron Diaz has a little bit of a humpback in that image?
I'd be lying if I told you I've ever seen the movie or movie poster. I mean, there's several images. There's
Right.
one of her holding an apple.
Right.
There's one of just a desk with her being drunk behind
Anyway,
it.
if you want to see the teacher poster, and we're trying to recognize great teachers for Teacher Appreciation Week, we're trying to acknowledge Teacher Appreciation Week, but we use the bad teacher poster. I don't know. Roxanne, are you going to hold a car wash in the Q105 parking
Yeah,
lot?
I am.
And maybe you can slither on the hoods of daddy's cars or something in a bikini? All sudsed up?
Yeah,
What do you think?
That's what I'm going to do in honor of teachers this week.
Anyway, folks, take a look. It's on our Instagram pages. It's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. If you want to see the humpback Roxanne image with Cameron Diaz, her body, and two other guys and our faces, if you want to see us superimposed. So it's Justin Timberlake and Jason Segel are the guys.
You're Justin Timberlake, MJ.
Oh, there we go.
with the curly hair,
Yeah,
it's
look
not
at
too
that.
far off.
I'm Justin Timberlake, and then Fester is Jason Segel, minus 300 pounds. All right, so the Instagram, the images are up on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio, or MJ Morning Show. So both Instagram feeds have the photoshopped image. See what Fester and Roxanne got into a tiff over humpbacks, and it's so
There's such an innocent humpback comment by me.
Okay.
on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. And while you're there on Instagram, give me a follow on Certified MJ Radio, or if you want to check out Instagram at MJ Morning Show, give us a follow on the official morning show, or it's on our Facebook page. It's on the MJ Morning Show Facebook page, and give us a follow in all locations. All right.
I'll tell you something real quick just about Fester and I, just
All
to
right.
clear the air. In my circle of family and friends, everyone handles me with, "Oh, Roxanne's sensitive. We're not going to say this or that."
Kid gloves. You gotta
Yes.
handle Roxanne with kid gloves.
Fester does not offer me that courtesy
Ever.
and I am able to be in a role where I give it back to him. So actually, the pit bull fighting that you see over in this corner quite often, MJ is fulfilling on both ends.
All right. Thank you very much. It's all crystal clear to me now.
I'm more confused now than ever, but yes.
Let me play this audio bite for you. This is how you wreck a broadcast career in 1 second flat. Listen to what happened with the Oakland A's play-by-play announcer.
I'm going to tell you something. Dallas and I are going to talk about it today. We had a phenomenal day today. League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue, all in the span of 2.5 hours. Awesome.
Incredible. An incredible day. Yeah, I still got Arthur Bryant.
All right, what was the bleep? Hold on to that thought.
Oh, no.
What?
We'll tell you next. They visited a museum, and instead of saying the actual museum name, he mistakenly said a different word for the name of the museum. This is a Major League Baseball broadcast. Holy crap. Now the guy's been indefinitely suspended. His career of calling games for over 20 years for the Oakland A's might be completely done, shot over. Hang on a minute. We'll tell you exactly, well, I'm not going to say the word, but what did this guy say?
What should he have said?
What did he confuse? Hold on a minute. We'll get to it next. Also, I have an announcement to make before it becomes totally public. I want to be the first to tell you something here on the MJ Morning Show. I don't want to give too much away, but what you're going to want to hear, this is pretty huge. Oh, and can the kids knock it off with the fart spray in school, please? All right, I'll explain that coming up. We have a lot of stuff. We start our long 1 hour and 20 minutes nonstop MJ Morning Show next. And we're back in minutes on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey, two college... My apologies, because I wanted to get to the broadcast career wrecked in 1 second flat in the last segment, but we got a little detoured. It happens occasionally. It's very rare that we get sidetracked or detoured. It's very rare that I lose my focus on this show and I go off on some kind of tangent.
It happens.
It very rarely happens. In this case, it wasn't Fester. I'm sorry. In this case, it wasn't me. It was Fester and Roxanne. Yeah, in the last segment, because Roxanne and Fester got into a tiff over a little Photoshop.
I mean, it is a big humpback, and Roxanne was right to point it out. I was surprised she never saw herself with a humpback.
Let me put things back on track.
All right.
If you want to see the bad teacher Photoshop that Fester was poking at Roxanne on about a humpback.
Roxanne acknowledged it herself. I just said, "Oh, you've never seen your like I haven't seen you with a humpback before either."
Roxanne thought you were insinuating that she actually has a humpback.
My posture's so good today after that comment, Fester.
You really are.
Right. So it all started over a funny Photoshop. Wacky Jackie, she photoshopped the Bad Teacher movie poster as a spoof because it's Teacher Appreciation Week. So our appreciation to all the teachers out there. I guess it's National Teacher Appreciation Week. And Wacky Jackie took the Bad Teacher movie poster from the movie with Cameron Diaz and Justin Timberlake and photoshopped our faces in it. And there's a bit of a humpback, it appears, on Cameron Diaz. And then Fester
According
said,
to Roxanne, Cameron Diaz is a beautiful woman.
But then Fester, you insinuated that Roxanne had anyway,
all right.
Take a look at the movie poster. It's pretty funny.
Humpback, hoochie mama.
What?
You don't know that song?
Humpback, hoochie mama?
MJ wouldn't know that song.
What is that from?
It's
a great song.
Who does it?
Let me look it up.
That's okay.
It's a good one.
Poison does that song? No. Ann was joking because Roxanne thought that Paradise City was done by Poison.
All right.
Yeah, every song that Roxanne doesn't know who does, it's Poison.
Of course, Two Live Crew.
Two Live Crew did Humpback, Hoochie Mama.
MJ's not that well versed on Hoochie Mama songs.
I know Me So Horny. That's the only Two Live Crew song I think I know. All right, you got the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. So if you want to see the Photoshop for Bad Teacher with our faces superimposed, it's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, or MJ Morning Show on Instagram. So Certified MJ Radio, MJ Morning Show, two different Instagrams. Give us a follow on our accounts. And it's also posted on our Facebook page at MJ Morning Show on Facebook. All right, back to this broadcaster. I meant to do this in the last segment. We just got kind of sidetracked with the whole little argument. But this is an example of somebody misspeaking. I clearly believe they didn't mean to say the word that actually came out. But a veteran Major League Baseball play-by-play announcer is a Glenn Kuiper. Is that how you say his name? Kuiper. This guy was suspended over the weekend for using the N-word on live television. NBC Sports California said in a statement that Kuiper will remain off the air until a review of what happened during Friday night's broadcast is completed. I don't know why you need a review. He said the word. I don't think he meant to say the N-word. He meant to say a different N-word, not the really, really bad N-word. 20-season announcer for the Oakland A's.
I mean, you have to be a pro's pro to be calling Major League Baseball games, right?
Oh, yeah.
20 seasons as a play-by-play announcer. It was ahead of the sixth inning of the game against the Kansas City Royals that he apologized for what he had said earlier. During pregame coverage, Kuiper was with the broadcast partner in the booth, Dallas Braden, and they were talking about their phenomenal day that they had in Kansas City. Well, guess what? That day became very unphenomenal the next day because they visited a museum in Kansas City. And I didn't know this is where the museum was located, but they visited the Negro Leagues Museum. This is the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum.
So Kansas City has a long history with the Negro Leagues because they were the home of the Monarchs. And the Monarchs won 13 championships,
Wow.
and they were the preeminent team in the league.
Well, here's what happened. This announcer did not say Negro Leagues. And really, that word is very outdated these days. And, you don't use that word, but they still use the word for
That was the name of the league.
museum because that was the name of the league.
Right.
So, I'm uncomfortable saying, the word Negro, actually. To me, it's uncomfortable because it's not an acceptable term.
That was the name of the league.
Right.
On the front of the building, it says that.
Oh, of course. That's
right.
the museum. Oh,
Right.
absolutely. All right, so here's what happened. This is, again, pregame coverage, NBC Sports California.
I'm going to tell you something. Dallas and I are going to talk about it today. We had a phenomenal day today. League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue, all in the span of 2.5 hours. Awesome.
Incredible. An incredible day. Yeah, I still got Arthur Bryant's hanging.
Yeah. And that is killing a career in 2.5 seconds.
It was, instead of saying Negro League, he said the other N-word for the N-word League Museum. It's like, oh my God. Now, did that guy mean to say this?
We had a phenomenal day today. League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue.
Listen, I don't think this guy meant, I don't even think he knew he said it. Now, some might make an argument, well, he had it on his mind. Why was it in his subconscious?
Has it in his vocabulary.
Yeah, why is it even in his vocabulary? Yeah, I don't think that's fair. This guy, he said it, and just something came out of his subconscious, and he said the wrong N-word for the museum, and I don't think the guy meant it. And is his career torched? Is it done? Listen, we've had people in radio that we've known. Every once in a while you get a story about a radio individual, and sometimes they're well known, that say something, and your whole career, 20, 30, 40 years can be torched and completely broadsided in just a second. Sometimes people say things intentionally, and sometimes it's subconsciously. Now, this is interesting here. And, are they going to give this guy a second chance? The head of the museum says, I'm aware of the unfortunate slur by Glenn Kuiper, or Kuiper, however you pronounce it. I welcomed Glenn to the NLBM yesterday and know he was genuinely excited to be here. The word is painful and has no place in our society. And while I don't pretend to know Glenn's heart, I do know that my heart is one of forgiveness. I hope all of you will find it in yourselves to do the same. So do me a favor, look up Bob Kendrick.
Yes.
Let me see Bob Kendrick, who's the president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum in Kansas City.
Oh, here I'm on his Twitter page right now.
So he's a black male.
Yes.
All right, so we're looking at his picture.
And he released that statement you just read.
Yeah, so Bob Kendrick, I thought he was a black male, but this is a black man that's saying, come on, some forgiveness here. I hope you'll find it in yourselves to do the same. So here's the head of the museum, a black male who's saying, hey, let's forgive this guy. Because, listen, I don't think that he meant to belt out the N-word instead of Negro Leagues. I don't think he meant the other N-word. It is quite unfortunate. And the way he just kept going, I don't even think he realized it. There wasn't even a stumble. There wasn't even like a, ooh, I hope no one heard that.
Yeah, he just rolled right into Arthur Bryant's Barbecue.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Andrew.
And nobody else on the broadcast seemed to be affected by it either.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. Did you see his partner Dallas Braden's statement?
I did not.
Okay, so he came out And Andrew, to your point, the first thing he addressed is his lack of response during the broadcast. And he was explaining, we have producers talking to us in our ears, so we miss some of the things that are said or
That's
you
true.
see as the audience, which is true.
That's true. Sometimes, Andrew's yakking in my ear for 26 seconds.
And we
Stop yelling in my ear now.
Right. We miss what one another says in this room sometimes. Yeah. And so then he goes on to say, first, I want to express my support and encouragement to my broadcast partner, Glenn Kuiper, as he furthers his work in understanding the impact and hurt resulting from the unfortunate mistake.
Anyway, it just shows how things can happen in a fleeting moment. Listen, I hope the guy gets a second chance. Listen, you got the guy that runs the museum who says, forgiveness, second chance for this guy. All right, for all of the kids getting ready for school or on the way to school this morning, careful with the fart spray in school. We have a school that was evacuated. We have students sent to the hospital.
Over fart spray?
Yeah. Can I also just comment that fart spray happened all the time when I was in school, whether it was middle school, even high school. I think my earliest memory of fart spray, was probably 4th or 5th grade. What has happened now that kids have to go to the hospital if fart spray is sprayed in school as a prank?
Oh, they go to the hospital for anything these days. Everybody goes to the hospital.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody goes to the hospital.
What is going on with this namby-pamby stuff? Listen, it happened in Texas. A Texas high school student sent 6 of his peers to the hospital after deploying fart spray, which was described as intensely putrid. Well, that's what it does. It's the sulfur-based stuff. This prank has been around forever.
Back in my day, I huffed fart spray and nothing happened to me. Look, I'm fine.
I walked 17 miles in the snow to school, and I had fart spray jammed up my nose. No, I'm serious here. What is going on that the simplest things that occurred when we were kids, now there's like a whole response. Hazmat shows up. Kids are transported to the hospital in ambulances because of fart spray being deployed in a high school. What's going on here?
It seems like a much more traumatic experience for the kids than just whiffing some toots.
What are you saying?
I mean, you put an elementary kid in an ambulance. You take him to the hospital. That's a much more traumatic experience than smelling fart spray. That's what I'm saying.
All right, you didn't make that clear.
Well, I mean, you listen with one ear sometimes.
The point is, back when I was in school, this prank was fairly common, and now kids are being taken to the hospital. What the hell is going? I mean, it's like coddling. It's everyone is bubble wrapped these days. What is it? Anyway, I found that just extremely bizarre that kids are now taken to the hospital because of a prank that's been around for 75 years.
So this particular brand of fart spray, which was named in the People magazine article, you can buy for $9.99 a spray bottle
on Amazon.
Off of Amazon.
It's the Hens Gawkt Stink Fart Spray, extra strong, smelly like 14th century sewage, hilarious and funny gag gifts and pranks for boys and girls. Oh, yeah. And get the school evacuated, hazmat called in, and 6 kids transported to a local hospital. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It also goes on to say non-toxic, prank-friendly, non-flammable.
Not school evacuation friendly. All right, so one other student and school-related item here. And, again, I don't understand what's going on with some of the youth in America. A Tennessee high school teacher was pepper sprayed twice by a student who was angry that he confiscated her phone during class. There is dramatic cell phone footage taken during class last Friday at Antioch High School in Tennessee, and it captures a student confronting her teacher after her phone was taken away. The disobedient student had been texting and Googling answers for her schoolwork. There's a minute-long video. A student who's female can be seen getting up from her desk, walking out of the classroom as the student is filming repeatedly and says, "Nah, Mace is crazy." Students in the classroom laugh and joke before the rebellious student goes into the hallway where she can be seen trying to get her phone back from the teacher. By the time the student filming enters the hallway, the teacher can be heard telling someone in a different classroom, "She just pepper sprayed me." So it goes from inside the classroom to outside the classroom in the hallway. The male teacher took the female student's cell phone, and the female student pepper sprays the teacher in the hallway.
Great.
I don't, and the teacher's on the ground, quick, go to the water fountain or go to the science class. A lot of times the science classes have the eye wash,
So this happened last week, so it wasn't during Teacher Appreciation Week
No,
that the pepper spray happened. Okay.
Yeah. At what point when you give your child pepper spray, do you say, yes, this can be used in this type of situation?
I'll tell you right now that it seems that the students are getting more aggressive. Fights, students hitting teachers. I mean,
Everybody's getting more aggressive.
What's going on, man?
And I think when you talk to teachers who've been doing this a long time, they always look back and say, 10 years ago, it wasn't this bad. They always say that.
Well, listen, I told the story about my English teacher. Back in, I think it was 2000, I graduated in 1984 from Cox High School in Virginia Beach. I mean, literally right across the street where the tornadoes ripped through the neighborhood in Virginia. I mean, literally across Great Neck Road is where, EF3 tornado ripped through Virginia Beach. It was right across the street. I mean, right down from where I lived. It missed my neighborhood. It hit the neighborhood right next door.
Okay.
That was last week in Virginia Beach. But I went back in 2004. We were up for something and school was in session, and I popped into my old high school. And there were two of my teachers were still there. And my English teacher was Mr. Snodgrass. And he was a good teacher.
I've heard you talk about Snodgrass before.
I've talked about Snodgrass. He was my senior English teacher, 12th grade, and he was just good. He just connected. I remember things from that classroom. I just had a great experience in his class, senior English. And I went back. It was probably 2004 because it might have been 2003 because Julian might not have been born yet, but I know Chloe was born. So I visit the school and I see him and I talk to him in between one of the classes. And he's still there. He said, yeah, he's only got a couple of years left and then he's going to retire. And I said, so tell me, what's it like teaching these days? And this was like 2003 or 2004. And he said, the kids are totally different. He said, it's not like when you were here. And again, I was there about 20 years earlier in 84. Now it was 2003 or 2004. He said, yeah, the kids don't have respect anymore. They're just not as engaged. They're distracted. And that was 2004. That was almost 20 years ago that I was there. So imagine how distracted kids are today. It's probably exponentially worse.
Yeah.
So, that's what he had said to me. Yeah, so things have absolutely changed. All right, folks, I want to address something here before this makes the news, before this becomes known, before this is potentially covered by local TV and website. I want to address something.
Okay.
Because I was part of a large settlement.
Ooh, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, because you guys know nothing about it.
Yes, no.
I am breaking the news right here, right now on the MJ Morning Show. All right, I got notification recently that I'm part of a $95 million settlement.
Okay.
It's a big number.
Is it Facebook?
All right. Before this becomes, national news, before, you hear about this from outside of the MJ Morning Show,
right.
I wanted you to hear it from me directly because the numbers are going to be published. People are going to know. And I think it's just good to address this head on.
A $95 million settlement. Wow.
So I'm part of this $95 million settlement, which is a massive, massive number, and I'm part of it. And I just got paid out, and it's gonna become public. So I want you to know it's better to hear it from me than to hear it from, I don't know, Channel 8,
anywhere else.
The Tampa Bay Times.
You're hearing it from the horse's mouth.
Yes.
You're coming clean with it right now. You're disclosing everything.
Exactly.
Giving your side.
So of $95 million, which is the agreed settlement, my take is, listen, I never thought this would happen to me. I never, in a million years, I never thought, this is clearly life-changing. And again, I'm not being ostentatious. I'm not being, braggadocious here. It's just better for me to tell you on my radio show in my terms than having the narrative or the story shaped elsewhere. So of this $95 million settlement, yesterday I deposited my check.
Man, wow, what a big day.
My check was $14.45.
Huh? I know the lawyers get their fee right off the top, and then any working expenses to prepare for the case
of a
$14.
Channel 8 and Fox 13. They were going to ABC Action News. This is going to be the lead story on ABC Action News tonight at 5 and 6 and 11.
Local radio personality, part of a $95 million settlement.
Cash is in big. Hey, did anyone else get this Apple Care Maldonado v. Apple Incorporated et al. Case 316CV04067 WHO? Was anyone else part of this 95? Anyone else get a check for $14?
No, but where can I get my piece of the action?
Well,
you already have to be in it.
Let me tell you right now, I have no idea why I'm a part of this action. I have no idea. Now, I guess I have an iPad. My kids have iPhones, and I buy the iPhones for the kids. But somehow, and I looked this thing up, and you had to apply. I didn't apply for anything.
Did one of your kids apply? Did
No.
Julian apply?
No. Well, about a year ago, you had to apply. You had a certain amount of time to fill out an online form to claim your share of this lawsuit. Apparently, Apple, let me read the story. This is from appleinsider.com. Apple is starting to send out payments in its $95 million settlement of a class action lawsuit over refurbished devices used as replacements for Apple Care repairs. So it must be one of my kids, one of their iPhones, and they've received multiple replacements over the years for phones that they've broken, cracked, smashed, whatever, and they've had the Apple Care. So it must be from that, but I never applied for this thing, and I got a whopping check for $14.45, and my God, I don't know where I'm going to spend all that money.
What are you going to do with that?
I don't know. Oh, my God. I'm going to go on vacation. Hey, kids, we're going to Europe this summer.
On Apple.
Yeah. This will pay for the in-flight internet.
Between late August of 2022 and almost the end of November 2022, that was the window to make your claim.
I never made a claim. I don't think my kids ever made a claim because I got the check. The check was made out to me to my real name, and I mobile deposited it last night.
So one of the devices that your kids have received was a refurbished device.
It must have been, which it was supposed to be a new device, and they gave them a refurb, whatever the story is. So this is from Apple Insider. Apple starting to send out payments in its $95 million settlement of a class action lawsuit over refurbished devices. Hagens Berman, the law firm handling the case, they're the ones that got loaded. I mean, typically, I don't know if it's, who the hell's Maldonado? Is he the guy that originally brought the case and then found this law firm?
I thought Maldonado was a great pizza place in Chicago.
That's Illuminati's.
Oh, that's right.
Illuminati's is a great Chicago pizza.
The Illuminati?
Illuminati's.
That's right.
Or
That's
something
right.
like that.
Oh, Illuminati, not the Illuminati. Not all that conspiracy stuff. Anyway, and by the way, I might point out that I thought it was junk mail. And the check actually came, I think, a month ago, and I just opened up the pile of mail. So the check's been sitting in a pile of like unopened letters. And guess what? It says, and I've got the little form here, replacement device lawsuit from Portland, Oregon. Check date was actually March. So I've had the check in a pile for over a month, right? And it says, I'm glad I opened this thing up last night.
Yeah.
Because it said the enclosed check is only valid until May 30th. So I almost, the clock was ticking. I almost missed out on depositing my $14.45 in the Apple class action lawsuit worth $95 million.
Isn't Maldonado Joe Exotic's real name?
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
See, I know I've heard that name
Yeah,
before.
same here.
Yeah, MJ, if you didn't cash this check, would this have ended up like in the state coffers? Like
I don't know.
For your kids to claim after you kick the bucket or something?
Quite possibly.
All
right, I have something really odd to talk about. This is strange. In fact, my teaser. So every day after we finish the MJ Morning Show, I have an item that I tease for the next day. And this little, 15-second promo of me just talking over a song runs all day. And yesterday's promo was, this is crazy. In your lifetime, you walk by this. Many of these. What? So here we are. It's now the time, essentially, where I tease this item. Oh, can I just point out quickly before I go into this that we're less than a week away, and I'm stoked. I'm thrilled. Ladies and gentlemen, it starts on Monday. Coming up Monday morning in the 6 a.m. hour, we will give away the first tablet tag Microsoft Surface Pro 8 tablet. We'll give away number 1 in the 6 a.m. hour on Monday, and that's the pump primer. You don't need to know a name for that one. So in the 6 o'clock hour, I'm just going to say, caller 50 or whatever. We're going to give away the first Microsoft Surface Pro 8 tablet. Listen, these things retailed at $1,100 a piece. And we've got 40 of them to give away starting next Monday. Every hour, every day for 2 solid weeks. So on Monday, we'll give away the first one in the 6 o'clock hour, and that's just going to be to a random caller. I'll say caller 50, caller 80, caller 100, whatever. Win it right now, and then we'll get the name of that winner, and then for the next hour at 7 a.m., you need to know the name of the previous winner. So you want to make sure you're listening in the 6 a.m. hour next Monday. Try to win the first one, but if you don't, get the name of the first winner, and then you got to know the winner's name, the previous winner's name in the 7 o'clock hour. And in the 8 o'clock hour, you have to know who won in the 7. In the 9 o'clock, you have to know who won in the 8. And then for the next morning, Tuesday at 6 a.m., you got to know who won in the 9 o'clock hour. So that's tablet tag, knowing the name of the previous winner. And we're going to do this 40 times. We're giving away 40 Microsoft Surface Pro tablets. These are the things you see on the sidelines in the NFL games. You see the news anchors with these Microsoft Surfaces on the anchor desks on TV.
Can I have Tom Brady smash mine if I win one?
Tom Brady smashed several of these on the sidelines. Oh, yeah. I use the Microsoft Surface Pro 8 every day. It's my number one go-to computer for all my show prep. I use the same exact one we're giving away. It's my go-to unit. And we're giving away 40 of these. And I want to thank so much from the bottom of my heart, 2 College Brothers. So 2 College Brothers Moving and Storage is sponsoring this giveaway. It's massive. It's huge. Who gives away 40 Microsoft Surface tablets? Who? Nobody.
Nobody.
Just the MJ Morning Show, and it's all thanks to 2collegebrothers.com, the smartest move you will ever make, 2collegebrothers.com for your next move. All right, now, this is just odd. And how do you calculate this? The average person walks past 36 murderers in their lifetime.
What? I didn't know you were going there. I was getting some good guesses on the text line.
Oh, people were getting. Hold on. What did I say? Oh, from my teaser.
I thought you were going to give us a chance to guess too.
No.
I'm
just blurting it out. So my tease was, this is crazy in your lifetime. You walk by this many of these. What? And I just, look, I'm not going to drag it out. How do you know this?
Doors, mailboxes, windows, trees, cameras, security cameras. Those are.
Wait a minute.
These are guesses.
You would only walk by. Well, I didn't say in the teaser. I didn't say how many of these, but is this bizarre?
Yeah, that is bizarre.
The average person walks past 36 murderers in their lifetime. So you're in the mall and you're walking past. I don't know.
Hot Topic.
Claire's.
Yes. All the clips and Barrettes.
You're walking by Claire, and some dude walks right by you. He's going the other direction. Up, murderer. Well, guess what? Yeah, if you were a guest at the Hilton in downtown Nashville, where the clerk was caught sucking on a guest's toes at 5:00 in the morning in their room, it turns out that clerk, the night manager, he actually murdered his roommate back in 1996. So I guess if you walk by him, that counts as one of the murderers. But this is bizarre.
I'm at that stage with my kids, Fester. I don't know if you've gone through this recently or how long ago, but where they are starting to learn like bad guys and stuff. And I try not to scare them. I'm like, yeah, there are bad people out there. Some are, most are good, but there are some bad ones. So yeah, this story really illustrates that.
You're going to go home tonight and tell your kids a story about how they're going to pass 36 murderers in their lifetime?
It has been said the average person can unknowingly walk past 36 murderers in their lifetime.
So, all right, there's a difference between a murderer and somebody who's killed someone, right?
So if you were like at some kind of memorabilia show,
yeah,
and like OJ was there signing autographs,
that's one.
See, that would be a known murderer.
Check.
See,
so he doesn't count. He doesn't count to the 36.
If you know they murdered people, and does he count this twice since he killed Ron and Nicole?
I just don't think that's fair. No.
But does OJ count because he's a murderer? So I don't know if that counts. I think it's more like you walk by 36 murder. And listen, a lifetime's a long time.
I mean, an unsolved murderer?
Do you think that 36 murderers that you walk by, you think that's a big number or a small number? If you think about if you live an average of, 77, 78 years or whatever. You think that's a big number or a small number walking by an estimated 36 murderers?
I mean, they would have to be free, so it's you're walking past the person that committed 36 unsolved murders. Because if you walk through a jail, you walk past 36 murderers in cell block A. But, to be on the street, that means they never got caught.
Do you think that we have listeners right now that didn't know that somebody they knew or were acquainted with was a murderer, and then they later found out that they were a murderer?
Like what?
Or
like the woman who walked out of the blind date with Ted Bundy? And then realized it years later? I mean, I don't understand.
Or that someone they knew for whatever period of their life then didn't know them, and then what is happening?
Was that you're walking past a murderer
Can
alarm?
I ask what the hell that was?
That was my alarm reminding me of the contest.
Oh.
It's 2 minutes
What
early.
about the woman who went on the blind date? I'm sorry, the first date.
I thought that was a murderer alert.
I did too.
I thought maybe a murderer walked in the building. Was about to walk by the studio here.
What about the woman who went on the first date with the guy who went out and killed the fake valet?
That's right. The story we had last week. Was it last week? Yeah. We had a bizarre story last week that this guy went on a first date with a woman. They met
in Texas, wasn't it?
No, was it Texas?
Yeah,
maybe it was. And they each drove to the date. They met at a restaurant. And I guess they parked in a parking lot, and there was a scammer. And it was like some scam artist was working the parking lot saying that he was the parking lot attendant. And, it's $20 a car to park here. And they forked over the $20. They go to the restaurant, and the waitress or someone in the restaurant said, hey, be careful. There's a guy scamming people by taking $20. Saying he's the parking lot attendant. He's not. He's just ripping people off and pocketing the cash. So the guy, the male from the date, says, hey, I'll be right back. Goes out back to the parking lot and murders the guy. I mean, shoots the guy. The guy, he's chasing the guy. The guy's running. I think he shot him in the back, murdered the guy, then goes back to the restaurant and just goes back to the date.
She had no idea.
Yeah, she had no idea that her date just went out and murdered somebody. So I guess that would count towards the 36 average murder.
I mean, not when they initially met, but halfway through the date it would have.
Then the whole thing fell apart because he then got cold feet about being there. He wanted to get out of the area because the place is going to be swarming with cops soon. Then right down the street, there was a murder. Guy shot on the sidewalk. So they leave, but he was caught on surveillance video walking with her. And when they checked all the surveillance video, they became people of interest because of the time on the video and when it happened. And it made the news. It's like, can you identify these people? And the woman on the date saw herself on TV. It's like, oh, my God, that's me. And then that's how it sort of unraveled. And the guy was eventually arrested and busted. Can you imagine that? You're out on a date and your date goes out and murders a fake parking lot scammer? My God, that's insane.
Does anyone know anyone who was in a murderer's wedding?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know somebody, Roxanne, in a murderer? Do you know O.J.
Yes.
Simpson's
You were in
flower girl?
Wait, you were in a murderer's wedding?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yes. I'm not going to share all the details but I'll share some of them.
No, share. What do you mean?
I'm not going to share all the details.
Oh, man, come on. I mean, why are you dangling a carrot in front of my face? You're a snatcher.
It was a friend of mine. And
You're a snatcher. You just dangle stuff and then you snatch it away.
Took it right back. You can't say you were in a murderer's wedding and not give a lot of details.
Kettle's first husband.
Oh, gee, will you stop it with this kettle crap?
Kettle's first husband I was in her wedding, obviously. And
there's no one named Kettle.
They got Kettle.
Every friend that Roxanne doesn't want to actually name is Kettle.
All right.
Okay, so I was in Kettle's wedding.
You're in a stop with the name.
Just
say you're in a friend's
wedding,
right.
And then those two got divorced. The one who I was friends with, the female, divorced the male, because he seemed like a bad guy. And 10 years later, he killed his wife. Mm-hmm.
My God.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I got to do the cash box word here. And should we take calls? I'm trying to think of the angle here. Let me give out the cash word here. It's time to rock the cash box. This hour's word is expose, as in it's time to expose the murderer. So expose, E-X-P-O-S-E. Text that word expose nationwide to 45911 before quarter after for a shot at $1,000 cash, or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myq105.com. So good luck. Expose 45911 is the text number. So where were we, Roxanne?
Yes. So then he and my friend, I won't say Kettle, but he and my friend got divorced.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later, he was remarried at the time and he killed his wife.
Oh, my God. That's nuts.
So I wonder if my exposure to the murderer...
Wait, hold on.
He wasn't a murderer at the time
no,
you were
he
at the
wasn't.
wedding.
Hold on. What happened to the house? Remember, you vandalized the house in Jacksonville.
What are you talking about? Okay. Yeah.
Hold on.
That's a separate story.
That's a separate story.
But what happened to that guy? Didn't he die? Hold on. The guy in Jacksonville
I think you're conflating stories.
Well, hold on. What's the story where you spray painted?
Right, hold on.
I spray painted adulterer.
You spray painted adulterer on the side of a house.
Yes, I did.
Because it was, who was it? It was the husband of
a friend.
And he was an adulterer.
Yes.
And you spray painted the word adulterer.
He was a really bad guy. Was a really bad guy.
But then didn't something happen to him?
I think the
No. What happened to him?
MJ the detective is putting together Roxanne's half-patch story.
Hold on a minute. So wait a minute.
So the guy whose house Roxanne spray painted is the guy who later killed his wife.
Right. So that's the murder. That's okay. That's it.
You solved that mystery.
So
there.
You're giving patchy details. Roxanne gives 60% of 3 stories, and MJ figures it out.
I knew he was a bad guy. I knew he was a bad guy.
Roxanne, I don't know what the trepidation is that you have. Just tell the story. You get all timid and tepid.
I'm not timid. I'm just choosing what I would like to
There's
reveal.
no choosing on this show. We
Either
blurt it all out.
Choose to give it all to us or none of it to us.
Exactly. We're blurters. It ought to be the Blurt Morning Show.
What a great name for a show.
The Blurter.
Hey, it's Blurt in the morning.
The Blurter Bunch.
All right.
It's the Blurter Bunch. But I just thought this was strange that the average if you're just tuning in, the way all this started is I saw a story. The average person walks past 36 murderers in their lifetime. And then...
Do you know or do you not know?
Well, the story kind of went into like how to spot them. Man, look at the phones on this.
So we
my
are getting
God.
a question. A lot of people are asking online. I had that same question. What if you walk by someone who is a future murderer? Is this 36 people who have already murdered or 36 people who potentially will become murderers?
No, I believe that they already murdered.
I mean, I could potentially become a murderer.
All right, folks, if you want to weigh in on this, I'm looking at the phones. The phones are loading up here. If you have any aspect of this story you'd like to discuss, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Experts, let me just go to one other element of the story. Experts are weighing in on subtle signs to look for in spotting a murderer.
What, shifty eyes?
Behavioral scientist Cliff Lansley, according to this Post article, revealed that even the most confident, hardened killers can slip up, particularly during police interrogations. Speaking to the Hippocratic Post, he said there are certain telling body language cues and gestures that can arise, but are usually only spotted by those who know what to look for. According to a study conducted in 1971 by social psychologist Professor Albert Merabian at the University of Los Angeles, body language makes up 55% of the meaning and how someone communicates their feelings. Another 38% comes from the tone and pitch and pace. Just 7% comes from actual words they're speaking. So following this, Lansley explained that when one is trying to determine whether a person is lying about being a murderer, it doesn't matter whether they maintain eye contact, sweat, or evade questions. Rather, it's all about how their behavior changes. When starting to interrogate a killer, the interviewer might open up with some friendly banter and hold a harmless conversation that will put the suspect at ease. And then it's about establishing a baseline, how often they blink, the normal color of their skin, speech rate, how they maintain eye contact. But, just there are some clues. 5 common traits of serial killers. First sign to look out for is whether someone would be classified as a power junkie. Serial killers basically have a real affinity with power, even when they've been caught and they know the game is up. Another common character trait is they're often skilled manipulators. Serial killers are also usually huge egomaniacs and often love to brag about their crimes. Anyway, this all started, folks, with the average person walks past 36 murderers in their lifetime, and there are certain ways how to spot them.
All right, we're getting a ton of people texting both my personal cell and Roxanne on the studio.
Yes.
One person says that their father killed somebody and went to prison before they were born. They didn't know until their father passed away years later.
Wow.
Another person said they worked for a law firm and they had a client who was convicted of murder, and the address was right down the street from them. They'd see him walk the dog.
Roxanne, what kind of text are you getting at 800-990-1047 before I go to phone calls?
I'm talking to this one guy right now.
And
he's asking me questions about my...
Sounds like a murderer if you ask me.
Yeah.
Rox, I'd get off that call right
do you
now.
have anything? Do you have anything more definitive to share with us?
No, I don't. I'm in a heated discussion right now with somebody.
All right, that's great. All right, Bill's in Holiday. Hey, Bill, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Someone killed a bowl of cereal this morning.
Hey, good morning, MJ, Fester, Roxanne. What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hi, Bill.
Hey, this is crazy. Roxanne, I text you all the time, by the way. Anyhow,
good.
I lived in Pittsburgh my whole life. I worked for Comcast Cable Company. This was a Monday morning. I was on call. I'm going to try to make this quick. This is nuts. Anyhow, I'm on call, and my first call of the day was for a house with a cut phone line. Now, it's February. It's very cold. I go to the house. The phone line outside is cut. I repair it. The door is wide open, and there's no screen door. I scream in, nobody answers. There's a phone number on my work order. So I call the phone number. Some guy answers. I said, hey, it's Bill with Comcast. I'm looking for, I can't remember the woman's name. I said, I'm looking for Jane Doe. And this guy went nuts. He said, what are you calling me for? I don't know her. Well, what are you doing? I said, no, I'm Comcast. I got your number on my work order. Anyhow, he hangs up on me. 30 seconds later, he calls me back. I start laughing. He's like, is this really Comcast? I said, yeah. I said, your number's on my work order. I said, look, I'll meet you somewhere. This was the good thing I didn't. I said, I'll meet you somewhere. Where are you at? Long story short, a cop rides by. I flag him down. I said, listen. I said, I just repaired a cut phone line. I said, the door's wide open. I said, I just talked to a gentleman who is sounding very nervous. I said, go check it out. So I follow the cop to the house. The cop never gets out of the car. Like I said, this was Monday. Wednesday night, I'm going to bed. The news is coming on. It says, coming up next to the 10 o'clock news, a double murder in McKeesport. And they show the house where I was at.
Oh, my
I
God.
sat up. Wait, it gets better.
All right,
I sat up like I saw a ghost. I called my boss. I'm like, Rich. He's like, why are you waking me up so late? I said, that house I was at Monday, there's 2 people dead in there. He said, I won't worry about it in the morning. I wake up the next morning. I put the news on. There's 2 more people dead across the street.
What?
This guy, here's the story. I was talking to him. He killed his girlfriend. He thought she was screwing around with the 2 drug dealers across the street. First, his daughter came home. Her daughter came home. He killed the daughter. Then he went across the street, killed the 2 drug dealers. I was on the phone with him, telling this guy to meet me somewhere.
Oh, my God. Well, you had the guy's number, so obviously they tracked him down and he was arrested, right?
Well, great. He was arrested 2 days later, but I'm not going to lie. He had my number, too. And for a couple days, I was creeping myself because, I'm like, I don't know if he could find me by tracking down my...
Yeah, he was going to cut your cable.
Well, yeah.
Thank you, Bill. What a story, buddy. Thanks for listening, man.
Wow.
All right, we got another Bill. Bill's in Spring Hill. Bill number 2. Hello, Bill.
Hey, how you doing, MJ and crew? How y'all doing?
Great.
Doing fine.
Well, anyways, I worked for the city of Tampa in the early 80s, and we were doing a pipe job down the road by 22nd and Lake, which is a pretty bad area.
Yeah. All right, so you had to cut to the chase. What happened?
Well, anyways, we were down there, and we heard 2 gunshots, and we see somebody taking off, and the guy named Reginald White went there and just blew his old lady away, or girlfriend, or whatever. And then I worked with another individual when I worked with the city of Tampa. He had killed his wife, and he came to work and acted like nothing ever happened. And
and then he was busted, and then I guess that was one of the 36 murders that you walked by. Bill, thanks for the call. Let's grab Joyce in Largo. Joyce, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi, Joyce.
Good morning.
Hey, what happened, Joyce?
So this is a whole messed up story to begin with. When I was a kid, younger, I used to date a teacher. And
Well, hold on. How old were you when you dated the teacher?
So, like 12, when I was 12 years old.
Whoa. Hold on.
Huh?
What?
I told you it's messed up, okay?
Hold on. You dated a teacher when you were 12?
Yes.
How old was the teacher?
Like 30.
Oh, you're a 12-year-old girl dating a Where was this?
In Pennsylvania.
Oh, my God. All right, Joyce, go ahead.
Anyhow, he used to hide me in his truck to keep me so nobody would see me. And I dated him for a long time. And then
What's a long time? Till you were 13?
Yeah, I was 14. I was 16 when I stopped dating him.
You dated a 30-year-old teacher from 12 to 16?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yeah, and my parents sent me away to Ohio to get away from him.
Did he go to jail? Was he ever arrested?
Not for that, no.
Not for that.
Yeah, not for that. So something happened. The reason they sent me, he left me for dead, basically. And I crawled somewhere for help. And then nobody believed me that he did it to me. And I ended up going to Ohio for 2 years. And when I was out there, I got a call from my older sister telling me that she believed me. And I'm like, why now? You know, it's so long. Why now? She's like,
what happened to this guy? What ultimately happened to this dude?
He raped and murdered a coworker of his.
Oh my God!
Okay, all right.
And hold on. And this was a student. This was a teacher at your school.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't a teacher when he did that. He was an insurance salesman. Him and his brother were scamming the insurance companies by insuring dead people. And
oh my God.
I mean, it's
all right, do me a favor. If you could email me a flow chart on this thing, that is crazy.
Yeah, for real.
Joyce, thanks for the call. 12 years old and dating a 30-year-old teacher?
These calls are really all over the place.
4 years. They are.
Teacher Appreciation Week.
Oh, my God. I mean, took a little bit of a turn here, didn't we? Hey, listen, it's a live show. I never know what the heck's going to happen here.
What's next?
Rita's in Palm Harbor. Rita, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey,
Good
Rita.
morning.
So when I was, I grew up in New Jersey, and it would have been the Stanhope School System or Byram Township. There were two bus drivers, and I knew them well. One was the bus driver that serviced the school, and Mr. Black was the bus driver that took us on our class trips. And anyway, I guess they used to have contracts, so you'd have to go up for the contract, right? Your lowest contract would be your bus driver. So one year, Mr. Black won the contract. Byram Bus Lines had won it for years. And he was such a nice man. And what happened is Byram Bus Lines, the guy, I forget his exact name. I knew Mr. Black well. He lured Mr. Black here to Florida to purchase a bus. And you can look this up, too. It was big. And he had him murdered. Mr. Black was murdered here in Florida. They believe he was cut up.
All right.
Was
Rita.
Mr. Black murdered in the conservatory with a knife, obviously?
With a candlestick.
Or lead pipe?
It was really a sad story.
It's awful, but that's what we do here. I'm sorry. It's just Mr. Black reminded me of Clue, my favorite game as a kid.
Listen,
Rita,
terrible story, but
crazy stuff.
taking forever to get there, Rita.
Fester, are you uncomfortable here?
No, well, I mean, Rita's long bus story to hell.
It was sad. It was sad.
Listen, this all started with, I just thought it was interesting that the average person walks by 36 murderers in their lifetime. Just walking, walking down the street, walking at an event.
The problem with this, MJ, that I'm having is you can't just say, oh, yeah, I know a guy that killed 3 people. Hey, thanks for calling. Bye. Next, Billy. Every murder you can't just tell about yet is a long story.
Yeah, there's always a lot.
Sometimes is a long story.
A lot of tendrils.
And then they all start it with, I want to make a long story short, and that's the last thing they do.
A lot of bloody tendrils.
Amy in Hudson. Amy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up?
I'm originally from Chicago.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys heard about this down here or not, but back in 1993, we had the Browns Chicken Massacre, where Lon Luna and James Degorski went into a Browns Chicken in Palatine, Illinois, and killed 7 people.
Oh my God!
They went in to rob the place, and they killed the workers, and they killed all the.
All right. So how does this affect you as far as walking by 36 murderers in your lifetime?
I actually grew up next door to James. He was my neighbor.
Oh wow!
Until they. Yeah.
Oh man!
He was my neighbor. Like, I can remember trick-or-treating at their house. I can remember his girlfriend. I remember him. He was my next-door neighbor. They lived right next door to us. He went in and he killed. I mean, they killed them.
That's crazy.
You ate candy from a murderer.
Wow, that's nuts.
Did you suspect anything?
Wow.
Of him?
I already displaced the call.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Amy. All right, Rick, 2 more, and that's it. I mean, again, we never know what's going to happen on this show.
Let's see what's next.
I mean, should I have taken calls on this?
I probably would have passed, but it's not the Fester show.
All right, Rick, we'll say that again.
Yes, you should have.
Rick's compelled to call, but he still thinks you should have passed.
Rick, you're calling in.
Yeah, I am calling in. But
so I shouldn't take your call?
Lay it on us, Rick.
I worked with a guy at a lens company. It was called Slur Optical. It's not there anymore. They pulled out. It used to be near Tyrone and Park.
I don't need directions.
I got Rick.
Where is it as the crow flies?
Rick is Google Maps over here. All right, so Rick, what happened?
Well, I worked side by side with this guy for 2 years, right? And then there was a round of layoffs. So he goes, he loses his job, and he ends up going to Texas. And before he left town, he knocked over a couple of banks, and the cops knew it, but they didn't think it was, obviously worth their time to, pursue it. So he goes to Texas. He goes to Austin, Texas, a college town where you can blend in easily and not be noticed. He becomes roommates with two guys, and then one day he goes to knock over one more bank with his own car, his own license plates, come back, bludgeons them to death, and then he starts to leave, and then the cops see him all covered in bloody clothes and just a mess. And then they.
Meanwhile, Rick is telling me I should not take calls on this.
Rick, you might have been right. You might have been right the first time, Rick.
Rick, thanks for the.
I'm going to take you at your word moving forward, Rick.
All right.
I think we got one more on hold. Andrew, stop putting people on hold. I don't know.
Andrew, I'm done.
Right.
I mean, the phones have blown up on this. Every phone is ringing.
The text lines. I didn't realize that there were so many people who knew so many murderers.
Well, the deal, folks, this all started with sort of an innocuous story that the average person walks by 36 murderers during their lifetime.
This just turned into like a really crappy true crime podcast.
Exactly.
All right. Yes. Bill and Valerico, what happened to you?
Part of the allure of the show is you never know what the hell is going to happen. Like, you're not going to believe the segue. After I take this last phone call, you're not going to believe what we're going to get into next. Oh, man. It is going to be the oddest segue ever in the history of morning radio. David, last call on this in Valrico. David, go.
All right. How you guys doing?
I'm doing all right. All right, 30 seconds. Go.
So I graduated high school 77, El Paso, Texas. Okay. I joined the service. And so when I come back from the military, I hear that they're looking for somebody in California, a hillside strangler. Well, when they catch this guy and they say his name, I say, I can't believe it. I went to high school. I was sitting next to him in my class for like a whole semester. Richard Ramirez.
Yeah, the hillside strangler.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It was Richard Ramirez?
Jeez.
Yeah, that was my high school buddy.
Oh, my God. Well, guess what? You walk by 36 murders. All right, buddy. Thanks for the call. Holy, that.
You got all 36 out of the way with one guy.
Yeah, he comes up. Listen, there have been documentaries, movies about that guy. All right. Bizarre. That was just a bizarre. I don't know what just happened there, but it happened.
Yeah. All right. It's good. It was good. It was all right. Different.
Listen,
just eye-opening.
Again, I kind of look for different content every day, and that was different. No doubt about it. All right, I'm going to now segue into something bizarre here. And it has to do with something that Fester witnessed, and Fester has video on. Have you posted this now on our Facebook page?
Yeah, I put it on our Facebook page, yes.
Fester, this happened this past weekend?
It was Friday afternoon, early evening.
You were not here on Friday.
Right, because I had the kids.
Oh, so you took the kids on Friday?
Yeah, Friday after school, I took them to a park.
All right, explain what happened. And folks, something very weird happened. There is photographic evidence. There is video of this. And I guess we got to try to figure out what's going on. Go ahead, explain.
All right, so after school, I take the kids to a park, and we had a great time, nice night, a lot of fun.
This was in Lakeland?
Yeah, it's a Bonnet Springs Park. It's a new park. It's opened in the last year. If you haven't been, MJ, it's amazing. This park is, I can't tell you how amazing this park is. It really is great. But they have a big play area, and they had some water features, and my daughter is playing in that area with her brother, and then this person who is completely engrossed in a cat behavior comes up and starts playing with my daughter.
Let me translate this into plain English.
It's so awkward.
So in the park, your kid interacts with some other kid, and this kid is fully immersed in cat behavior. The kid is pretending that they are a cat.
So my daughter's 11, so it's not like 11-year-old and 11-year-old. So it's not like a kid who's in her same grade level.
How old would you think this kid is?
Maybe high school? Maybe like a sophomore in high school?
This is bizarre. There is another kid who is clearly a lot bigger and older than Fester's 11-year-old daughter, and this girl is crawling around on her hands and knees, pretending to be a cat, even with a cat mask on.
Cat mask, cat mannerisms, cat walking on all fours.
Cat sounds.
This is now officially the most bizarre show we've ever done.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, cat sounds. Has her hand.
So the kid is going meow, meow?
Like, not meow, meow. That's not a cat sound. Yes, that.
Hold on. The kid is going, is there audio on this?
Yeah, Andrew's put it on your board. He pulled the audio from the two clips.
All right, hold on a minute. So
you have to listen to
Fester's
it.
in a park. What's the name of the park?
Bonnet Springs Park. It's a great park.
So it's a new park and it has all kinds of features and things for the kids?
Yeah, there's a children's museum. It's really an amazing.
There are water features outside. And so your daughter is like operating a hand crank on like a water pump?
Yeah.
And the fake cat girl is like pawing at the water coming out of the spigot?
I saw the cat girl playing on the other side of the park when I got there, and I was like, all right, that's whatever she's doing, fine.
Was the cat girl with anyone else? Was the cat girl with
Was she supervised?
A mother, a father? And
eventually the mother called the cat person
Did she say, here, kitty, kitty?
So listen to the audio.
All right, let me hear the audio here. I hear the water.
Hadley, does the kitty cat have a name?
So so your daughter's asking, does the kitty cat have a name?
Yeah.
Does the kitty cat go, wow?
Catalina.
Catalina.
And the mother.
It wasn't Catalina.
That's what they said on the audio.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
So is the kid named Catalina because it's like pretending to be a cat?
I don't know. Play the other clip.
All right. Yeah, because I got to be that clip sucked.
For mommy, look, there's a train in the background. Hey, keep pushing.
Is this what you wanted?
Playing the other end of the river.
Oh, it's the wrong clip. It's the wrong clip.
All right, that's all the clips I have.
I sent Andrew the wrong video. Hold on, let me pull up the Facebook page.
All right.
I'm sorry, guys.
All right.
Listen.
So what ultimately happened here?
Other than the video that exists, MJ, this is what it is. Here, put this audio up here, man.
All right.
You just heard the cat.
The girl is like pretending that her hands are paws.
It's a person fully immersing themselves in the cat.
And you can't see the face on the girl because the girl's wearing a cat mask. Where do we have the video posted so our listeners can look at this?
I have both videos posted on our Facebook page. Just go to Facebook, type in MJ Morning Show into the search bar, and see it for yourself.
Andrew, can you also post the link to the Facebook page on mjmorningshow.com? So post that. Post that at mjmorningshow.com, and we'll get that up in Stories Mentioned. So we'll post also the Facebook link on mjmorningshow.com in Stories Mentioned. And we'll do that shortly, but it is on our Facebook page if you want to see it. If you're on Facebook, go to the MJ Morning Show Facebook page. So it appears that the family of this girl, who you think is a teenager, is
supportive of her cat lifestyle?
Embracing this behavior where she's in public acting like a cat?
I don't know if she's in preparation for like the high school drama performance of Cats. I don't know if this is how she lives her life daily.
I'm sorry. This is very, very interesting.
And my daughter is just too kind to. She completely plays into it.
Right.
She's like, "Hey, kitty, come over here." The cat comes. She's playing with the cat. She's not being inquisitive about this person who thinks they're
I guess
a cat.
my question is it acceptable or is it okay if you've got a kid that gets into some kind of a lifestyle performance? Is it carried too far, and is it up to a parent to try to stop it? Or, is it unhealthily encouraged? I mean, or is this just simple, fun play, and the girl takes the mask off, goes home, and not a cat anymore?
Well, when mom...
Or is this girl at home licking milk out of a bowl on a floor in the laundry room is, what I'm asking.
Mom calls the daughter or calls the girl and says, "Hey, cat, it's time to go." Hey,
so that's what she said. She said, "Hey."
She was addressed by the adult who was there as Cat. And then Cat, the person Cat, stands up, is like, "All right, let's go." And I'm like, "Whoa."
Hold on, whoa.
Oh, so she turned into a person?
So Cat did not crawl off as a cat into the car?
She puts on her shoes then, and she puts on she had like Ugg boots or something. And she says, "Oh, my shoes are wet." And the mom's like, "Yeah, I know, you're playing in water. Let's go." And she walked away.
So the girl snapped out of the whole cat thing?
Just like that. Just as soon as her mother called her. "Hey, it's time to go."
How long was this girl crawling around pretending to be a cat playing with your kids?
Playing with my kids for like 2 or 3 minutes. Crawling around the area, 25 minutes.
Okay, and I'm sorry. Is her name Cat? Like, do you think that's her,
in one of the
birth
videos,
name?
I'm trying to prompt Hadley to get information. And I'm like, "You can hear me. Does the kitty have a name?"
So did the kitty speak, or was the kitty just meowing and going, "Meow, meow"?
So my daughter asks, and you can you can hear it faintly in that.
Does the girl hiss?
She does all of that, but you can hear it faintly in the first clip you played, MJ.
From now on, when you do something I don't like, or Roxanne or Froggy does something I don't like, I'm just going to hiss at you guys.
I do that sometimes.
Yes.
Boo hiss.
All right. Listen. So my daughter, you can hear her say, "What's your name, kitty?" And the girl goes, "Meow, Catalina." And I'm like, what the hell's happening here? Her name is Catalina?
Oh, my God.
So maybe that inspired her name.
What a bizarre situation.
And she's treating this girl, as she's playing. My daughter's playing into it, by.
But is that healthy for a parent to allow their kid to go play in a park for 30 minutes pretending to be a cat?
I don't know what the story is. I don't know the whole details here, and I'm certainly not trying to, judge the cat person. But
anyway, the video, if you want to see it, the video is up on our, and listen, you're videoing this, and you're holding a camera up. There's no expectation of privacy here.
We're in a park.
You're in a park, and you're holding your camera up. Yes. It's not like you had, hidden shoe video here. You're holding the camera up, and you're videoing this thing. Anyway, you want to see this crazy video? Should we take calls on this? Should we ask our listeners
if they've seen such behavior,
or if you ever had a kid that adopted a persona? Or if you knew somebody that adopted a persona and maybe it was like unhealthy, and did you have a kid that you had to snap them out of like some kind of an odd persona behavior?
Well, I think it's all age appropriate behavior when you're talking about, little kids. They do this all the time.
Yeah, but this girl appears to be like what, 13, 14?
15, maybe 15, 16?
Really?
I mean, I'd call it a freshman or sophomore in high school. So what's that, 16 years old, 15 years old?
Yeah, a freshman is, I don't know. Yeah, freshman's like 9th grade. So that would be, 9th grade would be what, like 14?
And
14, 15?
It could just be fun play where she's really getting into this character, and I hope it is, but it really, really struck me as odd.
But the girl's like pawing at your daughter?
She's into it. She's into her character. She's committed, just like the movie Cats, just like the Broadway performance. She is
Jellicle Cats.
She is into it.
I guess.
Well, she could have a future in that.
Look at the phones. The phones are ringing. Folks, if you want to weigh in on this, If you've seen the video, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Go to mjmorningshow.com. Andrew, do you have it posted in Stories Mentioned yet? Andrew, is it posted in Stories Mentioned yet? No, not yet? All right.
It will be.
So it will be, but it's on our Facebook page, MJ Morning Show Facebook page, and it should be the top item right now.
Yeah.
If you want to take a look. Look at the give me the call screener here, because the phones have lit up on this. All right, folks. Hey, expect the unexpected sometimes on the MJ Morning Show. It's just a bizarre day, or just a bizarre half hour, I guess. Let's grab Shelly in Riverview. Hey, Shelly.
Hey, you guys, bear with me because I am actually One-Eyed Shelly, and I have an appointment. I drive a convertible.
Well, hold on. Did you say you're One-Eyed Shelly?
Sounds like a gangster.
That's my nickname.
Why do they? Hold on, well, Shelly. All right, this show is bizarre. Shelly? Why do they call you One-Eyed Shelly?
Okay, I call myself that because years ago I was in a car accident, not my fault. I was on a work trip, and someone accidentally rear-ended me, and now from that I ended up with detached retina, and so I'm legally blind in my left eye. So I make honestly. Handicap, but I make it work for me, and I drive a convertible. I make jokes about it. I'm going to trip or fall. I hold a lot of hands.
All right.
Shelly, gets a lot, Shelly.
So One-Eyed Shelly, why are you calling about the cat?
Okay, because I believe this girl was in our Sunday school class years ago. My husband and I, we teach Sunday school. We at the time, it was second grade. I believe she's my son's age, and he's getting ready to go into high school now. And I really believe that has to be the same kid because, honestly, when she was in our class, it was all about being a cat. Our daughter is in college, and at the time, she was assisting our class, and I was like, Megan, please go in the corner and maybe just do something with her separately, maybe tell her some stories about the Lord or something. And my daughter would walk over and be like, Mom, she identifies as a cat. I can't do anything with her. And so, honestly, it was a big distraction in our class, and she's just mentally not all there, right? There's something wrong.
Well, interesting. Hey, One-Eyed Shelly, thank you so much for calling.
Yeah, take your one eye and go to our Facebook page and watch the video.
Fester, don't
She has one eye.
But don't say that.
Shelly, I'm sorry. Shelly, take your good eye.
Honestly, guys, this is how I deal with being like this. I just make fun of myself. But
well, I don't want Fester to make fun of you.
Longer.
I don't know that a convertible is the best car to be driving with one eye.
If
I have one eye left.
What does it matter?
That's her. She's living the best life.
What if a rock comes in?
Because you want a wind. You have a windshield.
Yeah, but still, what if something comes over? It's a convertible. If I have one good eye, I'm in a car that has a solid roof.
All right, so she should be wearing goggles now.
Safety glasses.
One-Eyed Shelly, thanks for calling. What is going on in today's show? Chloe's in Clearwater. Hey, Chloe, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi, morning, guys.
Morning.
Okay, well, I just want to be quick with it, but that's really disturbing to hear that a child's doing that, in my eyes.
Do you have both eyes by any chance?
Yes, I have both eyes.
All right, very good. All right, Two-Eyed Chloe. All right, go ahead, Two-Eyed Chloe.
I just want to say, no, I don't think they should be having kids do stuff like that, acting like cats or,
Well, the question is the kid just playing, or does the parent allow this kid to act like a cat?
Or there's another part of it, too. There could be, maybe different sort of...
all of that, honestly, with the whole people wanting to put, pronouns and all that. I mean, people might look at me like I'm crazy nowadays for thinking that, but I think it's all just kind of mentally messed up.
All right, Chloe, thanks for the call. Courtney is in Newport Richey. Courtney, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning.
Yes.
I work at a popular pediatric clinic, a dental clinic, and we see ages 0 to 18, and it's quite common for even the younger or even the older kids to come in acting like animals. I've had to pet kids' heads and everything to before I can say hello, good morning, and everything like that. They kind of nudgel up like a cat does and everything, and I'll pet their head.
Do you ever say sit, and then give me your paw, shake?
No, but I said, give me the paw, nice to meet you and everything like that. A lot of times they have like stuffed animals that they bring in too. So we try to accommodate the kids, but
All right, how many kids out of 100 are acting like animals?
Oh man, Monday through Friday, I at least get like 5 or 6 kids.
What? Wow. Oh my.
It's very common. Yeah. And I've had older, like 17, 16-year-old, they have the mask on. I'm like, can you take your mask off?
Hold on. You have kids that come into the dentist office with an animal mask on at 17?
Yes. Ears. They have ears. They have like the little paws, the little...
All right, what is going on here?
Okay. So I have to let you guys know, I just opened this text message. I want this texter to know this.
Yes.
And they have sent me 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yes,
10, 11, 12,
Yes.
13, 14,
Yes.
15, 16, 20 text
Yes,
messages
and?
since 8:27 when we started this
Right.
topic. And they said, Roxanne, and it's all caps, this child could be autistic. Please be kind and understand how autistic children are very imaginative and require coping skills like this to interact with others.
This is being kind. Yeah, listen, I didn't notice anything to where there was an obvious delay or an impairment or anything like that. And I understand that I don't know all the details.
But then you also heard the mother say, "Oh, time to go," and then kid,
she springs
just
right up.
springs
She's
right
like,
up, and then
okay.
and then got out of character, and then walked away.
Yeah. So like I said,
I don't
we're
know.
acknowledging we don't know all the details here.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, this just is an observation that Fester made. Hey, Courtney, thanks for the call. All right, last call. Bill in Inverness. Hey, Bill, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Yes, sir. The big question is, it comes identify as. So whether they identify as a cat or they identify whether a man or a woman or a man, it's a fetish. And they end up at cosplay or fetish con. That's what you should be talking about.
Well, we've talked about that for years, and it's like the furries, the people that dress up like furries, and you have these like animal costume interactions at some like.
Because we live in this world where it's not Uncle Sam anymore; it's Uncle Trans Scam.
Okay, listen, Bill, I'm not looking to get anger from listeners towards other people. I'm just pointing out something that I saw.
This is an odd observation that Fester made. As some girl cat was interacting with.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need Bill from Inverness talking about Uncle Trans. Thank you for nothing, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, Mr. Tolerance over here.
8:42 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, when I come to work and I don't know what the hell's going to happen, I got to be honest. I'm entertained.
Yeah.
I try to guide the show every day, but every once in a while, it takes on a life of its own. And you know what? I'm okay with that.
That's all right.
I do. I like a little change up every once in a while. Hey, if you had an appointment at DMV yesterday, looks like you got hosed. You know what sucks? You have an appointment for Department of Motor Vehicles. You need a new license. And you get there, and the computer system's all frigged up. Did you see this?
Yeah.
This has happened to me in the past, and I've known someone that worked at DMV, and they would tell me all the time their computer system is doesn't work very well.
I've gotten caught in that once before at one of the DMVs.
So yesterday, Monday, according to the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, the computer system, which is used for the database and managing all of the driver licenses and all of the ancillary vehicle services, was non-functional. So that kind of sucks. You got a Monday, the start of the week, and DMV and Florida computers are down? Yeah, according to the Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, their IT team was working very, very... It just seems that I've heard this happens a lot, that the Florida DMV computer... What are they working on, like an Apple IIc from 1982?
I think like three years ago, I sold a truck, and I had to go to the DMV to transfer title, and the guy's at the front door of the Land O'Lakes office. He's like, yep, computers are down. Got to come back tomorrow. And that was it.
Yeah, the Pasco County Tax Collector's Office, according to Channel 8, they said that the system was likely to become non-operational or remain non-operational for the entire rest of the day. And then, quote, on behalf of the Florida Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, we apologize for this regrettable situation and for any inconvenience it may cause you. Thank you for your patience during this difficult time.
Yeah.
According to the tax collector. Yeah, and as of late morning, the system was still being repaired. I don't know if it ever came back online, but people, I'm sure by the thousands across the state of Florida yesterday.
Frustrating.
Probably waited days for a DMV appointment. Or maybe people needed something urgently done, like registrations or to be legal, and boom, the system's down.
You take time off of work to go to the DMV. You have to adjust your life to go to the office.
Yeah.
And you get this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that kind of sucks. So I wonder if it's back up and working.
Maybe Governor DeSantis can stop talking about Disney World so much and start worrying about the DMV a little more. I don't know.
There you go. Why don't you call DeSantis' office and you can work on that.
I'll call Ronnie up.
Yeah. All right. What time is it? 8:45. All right, quickly here. I didn't get to this yesterday, and I had it to get to because it was the perfect segue, and it was when Chloe, my daughter, was in the studio yesterday, and we were talking about Cocaine Bear. How Chloe flew in from college. She flew in. She finished her whole year at St. Andrews in Scotland. She comes back Saturday night. She says, hey, I want to watch a movie. And she ropes Michelle and me into watching Cocaine Bear on Saturday night.
Yes, after a year of culture in Scotland at St. Andrews, she wants to come back to America and see the most American thing ever.
She was just at a university that now rates higher than Oxford. St. Andrews, and she wants to see Cocaine Bear for the second time because she saw it in Scotland while she was there. And I'm telling you, Cocaine Bear was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. It was absolutely horrid. It was terrible.
What about the CGI?
Well, you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
Sure.
My parents are 80.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my dad's 80. My mom is like 78. My daughter spoke with my mom like after she saw it back in the fall, and apparently my parents went to see it as well.
She convinced them to.
My 80-year-old dad, my 78-year-old mom, they went to Cocaine Bear at the theater over in Fort Lauderdale, and my daughter and mom have a conversation, and my mother was like, how did they get the bear to do all that? and Chloe called me up and was like, you're not going to believe the phone conversation. And Chloe had to explain to my mom that it's all CGI. It's all computer-generated imagery. It's the bear was a computer-generated image. The bear was not snorting a bale of cocaine.
I can picture your dad at the movie box.
Yeah.
Yes, 2 tickets for Cocaine Bear.
All right, and then what I didn't bring up yesterday, what I meant to just mention this, was that coincidentally, with us watching Cocaine Bear on Saturday night and then talking about it yesterday morning, the news came out on what actually killed Ray Liotta. And I think that was his last movie. Is that really a way to go out? I mean, Ray Liotta in one of the greatest movies of all time, Goodfellas. Was that really the movie that he wanted to go out on? Cocaine Bear?
I think it was his second to last movie.
Okay.
Yes. Cocaine Gerbil was his actual last movie.
Cocaine, don't
I'll
say
figure
that.
it out, but there was another one that
Cocaine Gerbil.
You know he was co-starring with?
Richard Gere?
Yes.
Okay,
Richard,
thank you. So Ray Liotta, rest in peace, 67, died from pulmonary edema and acute heart failure in his sleep. And they call it the silent killer. Do you see this? Ray Liotta died of silent killer that affects half of adults in the U.S. over 45. Dubbed the silent killer, arterial sclerosis, or is it atherosclerosis, is marked by the slow buildup of plaque in your arteries, complications of which include both pulmonary edema and acute heart failure. So rest in peace, Ray Liotta, and they just released what actually killed him.
Every Last Secret is a movie that was his last movie, and it was with Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones.
Gotcha. There is an update on that Subway tuna lawsuit. Remember the tuna in Subway subs, and these women out in California claimed that it wasn't real tuna? There is a bizarre update to that story. So we'll get to that coming up in just a bit. Oh, also, did you hear about the fans that were passing out and throwing up at Taylor Swift's concert?
Really?
Yeah, we'll get to that coming up. And a TSA canine handler in Detroit is in trouble. So hang on. That and a whole, and guess what's back? Post-pandemic, guess what's coming roaring back? No, it's not travel. Something else. Guess what's roaring back? Something that took a big hit during the pandemic, and now it's coming back with a vengeance. Tell you next. Hang on. And Roxanne, do you get gel nails?
No.
All right. I got to get to this gel nail story. Ooh, warning. Hold on, folks. When we get back, we're loaded. Don't move. It's the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. It's 8:49. Now, Into the studio and said, "Oh my God, I just heard from Allison. Allison is Fester's wife, and what? We just had a bizarre last hour. Last hour was just bizarre. 9 o'clock. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show. If you're just tuning in, don't forget on Monday we begin tablet tag again. I am so excited about this. The build up, the audience, our listeners." Are thrilled. I'm getting just a lot of interactions on my email. You know, folks, if you ever want to email me, my private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. So any content, any hot gossip, anything great for the show, you got some material for us, something we need to know, you got a hot tip, you can email me privately. My private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. So I'm just getting a lot of interaction on my social media, my Instagram, etc., on my email. People are thrilled, looking so forward, to tablet tag, and we're doubling the deal this time around. So back in August of last year, and then in November of last year, we gave away 20 tablets during the course of a week. Starting on Monday, we're giving away 20 tablets for 2 weeks straight, each week. So it's a total of 40 tablets, 20 tablets a week, 2 weeks, 40 tablets. These are Microsoft Surface Pro 8 tablets. These had a list price. They had a list of $1,100 a piece. I mean, whoa. And it's brought to you by Two College Brothers. TwoCollegeBrothers.com. It's the smartest move you'll ever make. For your next move, TwoCollegeBrothers.com. And thanks to Don, the IT guy, because Don, the IT guy from Team Logic IT in St. Pete, Don secured all 40 of these tablets from his Microsoft distributor.
Very cool.
So, kind of a team effort on this deal here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Fester rolls into the studio because we had a bizarre last hour. And Fester says, Allison just called me. We were talking about this weird story about the average person walks by 36 murderers in their lifetime. That's the estimate. And then we had a bizarre series of phone calls. Got a little dark.
Yeah, there was a little over.
But we do a little bit of everything here on the show. And Fester just took a call from his wife and said, when I was 12, what?
In the late 80s, she was babysitting, and the parents were out of the house, but they sent somebody to work in the back while the kids were inside with Allison, the babysitter. And the person was rescreening like the pool enclosure.
Oh, putting the new screen in.
Yeah. So everything's
Right.
outside. That person's not inside the house. The kids are inside the house with the babysitter.
And
this person's working on the outside.
And it turns out that the service dude was
Oba Chandler.
That's a notorious local name.
He killed 3 Ohio women, a mother and 2 daughters, on a boat and off the Courtney Campbell docks.
Oh, look at Wikipedia. Occupation: aluminum siding contractor. And those cages for the pool enclosures are all aluminum panels.
Yeah.
So I guess that was
in the same wheelhouse.
He rescreened pool enclosures.
Yeah. So she was at this house alone with 2 other kids who she was watching.
When did she find out that was Oba Chandler?
I mean, I guess after he was arrested. Like, hey, that's the guy that did my pool enclosure.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
That's nuts.
Anyway.
All right, we got a lot of ground to cover. First of all, people are guessing Triple F.
Oh, yeah.
What is
Guesses for
Triple F? I wasn't here during the commercial break.
You were out of the room. I did a teaser.
Okay.
And I said, coming up, Fester and Triple F.
Fun food fact. That's a good guess. Fun food fact.
So I said that, hey, we got to talk about Fester and Triple F. Do you know what that means?
I don't off the top of my head. I can guess.
Someone said fat, fun, friendly.
All right.
Is one of the F's fat? I mean,
no, it's not.
Okay, I mean, I'm about to say. Okay.
I wouldn't do something derogatory like that.
I mean, we're not really one for terribly lowbrow, easy humor, but
here it is. Fester and the Triple F. Fester sent this to me last night. And of course, because Fester, Triple F, stands for Fester Food Fascination.
Yeah.
So
okay, cool.
Fester sent me another item. And if it's food related, of course, Fester's going to send it to me. And of course, Fester wants to try it. Fester,
I am intrigued by this. I mean, are you not? Have you ever had that before?
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
Shooting webs everywhere.
Well, Fester sent me a story how Burger King is going to bring a Spider-Man themed Whopper to menus nationwide, and the bun is going to be red.
For Spider-Man, yeah, sure.
So are they using that red food dye that's dangerous for all of us?
Oh, yeah, red dye number 2 out the wazoo.
I don't think they're going to go with that. But somehow they're going to make the red bread. Bread.
Well,
Bread.
Red.
They're going to make the bread red.
Well,
it's tough to say.
Well, yeah, it's just food coloring.
It's all it is.
They just drop in red food coloring inside the dough mixture.
I remember
before they make their buns.
Burger King
had juice in there.
I've seen some red buns at the beach. You know, if someone's got a tea back on and they don't they don't lotion up well, and they fall asleep with their buns up in the air.
You jam a Whopper in that. That's a fantasy, man. I'll tell you. Listen,
dude, I just dumped that.
Whoa. Okay.
Jam a Whopper in what?
Well, the red buns.
I just dumped that.
Right, so listen,
what are you talking about?
Burger. I'll tell you later.
I don't need you to tell me later.
Burger King, they used to have a black bun. And I thought they used like octopus dye or something.
Yeah.
An edible.
Like squid ink or something.
That's it. That's a squid ink.
Squid ink.
And this
you ever have squid ink pasta?
Oh, delicious.
Oh, Olivia.
I yes.
Yeah, if you folks.
On your recommendation.
Yeah, if you want to get a great local dish, Olivia, Chris Ponce's restaurant, Olivia, in South Tampa at Henderson and Swan, they have a pasta. It's a squid ink pasta, and it is phenomenal. And it has the seafood in. It's just a great dish. Anyway, go ahead.
So now they have the red bun coming out for the movie Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse coming out May 15th.
Right.
So
Burger King's tying into it, and now they're going to have a Spider-Man Whopper with a bright red bun
and black sesame seeds.
Right.
So I'm into it. I'm down for it. I'm going to give it a try.
There we go. All right. Speaking of fast food, man, this just gets more bizarre by the day. The whole tuna scandal at Subway has a new twist. Subway has steadfastly claimed that their tuna sub is 100% tuna. Now, what did some of the stories show? Some news organizations, didn't they do tests independently? So what was ultimately determined? Can you look that up quickly? Anyone? Fester, Roxanne?
That's a tough ask.
Andrew, if you don't mind looking it up. So the whole story that broke was last year that these two women in California were suing Subway because they claimed that it wasn't tuna in the tuna sub. And Fester, what is the headline of the story you have right there?
This is from last year that a judge said that the case could be
litigated.
Forward. Yeah.
Right. Well, guess what? The suit over whether Subway serves 100% tuna hits a snag after pregnant woman wants to suspend the case. The California woman suing Subway for claiming its tuna products contain ingredients other than tuna wants to end her lawsuit because she's pregnant, prompting Subway to demand her lawyers be sanctioned for bringing a frivolous case. Nilima Amin said her severe morning sickness and debilitating conditions as she prepares for a third child have left her unable to proceed with the obligations as plaintiff and require her to focus on her health and family. She wants to dismiss the case in San Francisco federal court without prejudice, which would let her sue again when she feels better. In a May 4th filing, Subway said Amin's excuse flunked the straight face test, and her lawyers likely realized that it would not simply pay the windfall settlement that they had hoped by constructing a high-profile shakedown.
That's all this really was. I told you from day one this is frivolous.
Subway also said the media frenzy from the lawsuit caused severe harm and faulted Amin's ever-changing theories to debunk its claim that its tuna sandwiches, salads, and wraps contained 100% tuna. The chain wants Amin's proposed class action dismissed and our 7 lawyers to pay at least $618,000 in legal bills.
It's a very specific bill.
It is.
Well, yeah. because you know exactly how much you've spent on something.
Why wouldn't you round it up to like 620?
Oh, man, ouch.
What do you got, a cramp?
I got rib.
Oh, your rib deal.
Rib
You've gotten
pull.
that. You had one last week.
Hang on a
too.
minute. Ooh, hang on. Rib pull. Rib. Ow! It's when you stretch, you move, and you get the muscle pull between the two ribs. Yeah. Ow! Okay, hang on.
So it's not a cramp.
No, it isn't. It's a cramp. It's like a muscle. Okay, I got it.
You should drink pickle juice, man.
I got it.
That does help.
Yeah, the vinegar.
Or eat bananas, like potassium or whatever.
All your X-Force workouts, you might be losing too many electrolytes or something.
No, I'm not.
Maybe.
What? I don't know. You had one today, and you had that cramp last week too.
She could be right.
It has nothing to do with my.
I'm telling you, your cramps.
You want to feel my chest?
Okay, I don't like this at all.
Seriously, my definition is coming back. Yeah, with my workouts. Yeah, they're coming back.
Yeah. So are your chest cramps.
Yeah, let Fester feel your pecs.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Aerosmith tickets. I didn't have a sheet this morning on that. All right. So Aerosmith tickets, we'll give those away in the next few minutes. So hang on. Aerosmith tickets. I'm just looking for the same thing every day. So Aerosmith tickets in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show. So hang on. We'll tell you exactly when to call in for Aerosmith tickets here on the MJ Morning Show. Well, anyway, bizarre. So she wants to dismiss the lawsuit. Amin claimed to have ordered a Subway sub, ordered tuna products more than 100 times before suing in January 2021. And she accused Subway of using other fish species, chicken, pork, and cattle in tuna products or no tuna at all. Yeah, a U.S. district judge last year let the case go on, but rejected her claim that reasonable consumers would expect only tuna and nothing else, calling it a fact of life that ingredients such as mayonnaise were okay. Do you know Subway has nearly 37,000 restaurants in over 100 countries?
So I believe there are more Subway locations than any other fast food joint.
Might be more than McDonald's.
Yeah, worldwide.
Yeah. So anyway, this lady wants to pause her law. Listen, no pun intended, but the whole thing always sounded fishy to me.
I got you.
No, don't laugh.
Yeah. Can we get a quack quack?
How does the Subway folks not say, "Hey, look, this is the canned tuna we use for all of our tuna salad"? Everything comes out of a can. They use canned tuna. They don't go out there and catch the tuna themselves.
Yeah.
They use a canned tuna. They make it into a salad. They add a couple of vegetables. They add some mayo to it.
That's just bizarre. Guess what's speaking of food? Guess what's come roaring back post-pandemic? This is another. I think this is another FFF for Fester.
Roaring back after the pandemic.
Yeah. So,
okay,
this particular type of establishment got nailed, got hurt.
Oh yeah.
During the pandemic.
It's easy.
And now it has come roaring back.
I mean,
easy.
Roxanne thinks it's easy.
Yeah.
Lay it on.
What is it?
Buffet.
Can you just say it normally?
Roxanne will
A
say
lunch buffet, a dinner buffet.
Yes.
That's why it's a fun Fester food fact.
Roxanne will say it with a swollen tongue.
The
buffet.
Well, even more specific. Why were you tepid in saying buffet?
Because it's a French word, and I was saying it with a French accent. Buffet.
The French say it like that?
Yes, they do.
Would you like to go to the buffet?
Yes.
You're going to have some foie gras and some escargot.
I will see you at the buffet, Fester.
All right, so buffets are raging back.
Yep. All you can eat buffet restaurants are back, and they're coming back big time. The owner of Old Country Buffet.
Oh, that's a good one.
And Furr's Fresh Buffet, they filed for bankruptcy back in 2021.
So sad.
Yep. Also, about the same time, the owner of Soup Plantation and Sweet Tomatoes also went out of business. I mean, God, I miss Sweet Tomatoes so much.
I've never been to a soup plantation.
Oh, yeah, I went to Soup Plantation. Those started out in California, I think. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, when I lived in L.A. I lived in L.A. 89, 90, 91. And I went to a Soup Plantation on Wilshire Boulevard all the time. It was like a couple of miles from my place in Hollywood. and it was right on the Miracle Mile on Wilshire Boulevard. Soup Plantation. I love that place.
Okay, let's go through.
And then Soup Plantation ended up buying Sweet Tomatoes.
Right.
And now Sweet Tomatoes is gone. And I'm so bummed because I loved Sweet Tomatoes.
What did you love about Sweet Tomatoes? There was a tarragon chicken salad, was it, that I loved?
Yeah.
The chicken noodle soup.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen noodles so thick and just yummy?
It was like a broad dumpling like noodle.
Yes,
Man,
a broad dumpling.
You know, it just sounded like you were making love to your chicken noodle soup.
That's what I used to do with
Yeah.
Sweet Tomatoes, right
Yeah.
on the table in front of everybody.
Well, but also, Sweet Tomatoes, the quality dropped a bit, that they did change things up. So they started putting like less chicken in the chicken soup. So they clearly, in the last maybe 5 to 7 years, they were clearly trying to reduce food costs. I still like Sweet Tomatoes, but I thought that they cheapened the experience a little bit.
Everything you wanted there.
Yeah.
Muffins, pizza.
Yeah. Can we look forward to actual buffets that are currently, I don't know, open? Ones that people can actually go to?
But here's the deal, though. Buffets are making a massive comeback. In March, visits to 3 leading buffets, Golden Corral, CC's, and Pizza Ranch, were up 125% from January of 2001. You know, it's kind of a funny thing when, when the pandemic is winding down, and the World Health Organization, the WHO, they just in the last couple of days they announced that the worldwide pandemic was over. So yeah, it's funny how that happens. But the higher quality concepts that stuck it out are reaping some big rewards. So Golden Corral stuck it out, Pizza Ranch, CC's Pizza Buffet, they all stuck it out, and now they're seeing massive increases in sales. I thought I saw that Sweet Tomatoes and Soup Plantation might be coming back. I thought I saw, look that up. I thought I saw that somebody might have purchased assets out of bankruptcy and might try to make a play to bring that concept back. Yep. Look at that. Here we go. Look at that. March, I thought I saw this, March 31st, 2023. Click on that. That's from the eatthis.com website. Shuttered locations, Sweet Tomatoes is beginning to open again. Well, jeez, not the one on Dale Mabry.
Oh, that was so good.
The one right in front of Home Depot, right next to Total Wine and More. That's now a ganja shop.
Dude, that's from one kind of salad to another.
From one addiction to another,
from
too.
one green to another.
Yeah, right? The location in Carrollwood is now like an Italian place called like Mendola's or Mendola's.
Yeah.
And the one on US 19.
That was my spot.
Yeah, the US 19 Clearwater one, almost right down the street from Massimo's. Folks, another great Italian restaurant. If you want great Italian food, Massimo's in Palm Harbor, right behind, it's in that shopping center right behind the Outback, right before you get to Tampa Road, right in there. Massimo's is incredible. Thumbs up, and Massimo and his wife run a great place, great Italian restaurant. And he's from Bari, Italy. I mean, it's real deal stuff.
Authentic.
Yep, absolutely.
If Sweet Tomatoes ever comes back.
Yeah, but hang on a minute.
Okay.
That Sweet Tomatoes down the street from Massimo's, near it's
like Klosterman. It's up there and way up in US 19, right?
Nebraska, Curlew.
Yeah, in between like Curlew and
Nebraska or Tampa Road.
Nebraska.
Yeah, there's a road.
There's
up there.
Nebraska.
Yeah, there is.
Up there?
In Palm
Oh,
Harbor.
yeah. All right. So I believe that Sweet Tomatoes location is still like shuttered, and I don't think that turned into anything.
It's just remnants of what once was.
Yeah, I think it's still the old Sweet Tomato shell. I don't think that became anything else. But
so far they've opened up one location in Tucson, Arizona.
What? One? Wait a minute. Hold on.
out.
Eat This, Not That website is talking about that they're opening up Sweet Tomatoes locations, and they've opened up one?
What clickbait.
Well, let me tell you, if they open one up here in Tampa, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get one of those little mini paper cups, filled it with the ranch dressing. The ranch dressing is the best. And take my dumpling-like noodles and just dip them in that ranch dressing. Oh, so good. I have so many happy memories there.
Name a second.
Same kind of thing. Just more noodle exhibitionism at the table.
Over and over again.
Roxanne did it on the table at Sweet Tomatoes. She ate her chicken noodle soup on the table.
I haven't been to a good
there.
Asian buffet in a long time.
But remember, they used to have a crazy buffet.
They were great.
Yeah.
Crazy buffet. But even I see them around town. I just haven't stopped at one. But yeah, I haven't been to a good Asian buffet in a long time. I haven't been to a Golden Corral in a couple of years, unfortunately.
So, ladies and gentlemen, buffet restaurants are coming back. Hopefully, Sweet Tomatoes will open up again here in the Tampa Bay area. There is, what time is it? 9:20. You know what? Let me do the Aerosmith tickets in a few minutes. So I'm running a little late. We'll do Aerosmith tickets in the next segment. So listen up. Aerosmith tickets are on the way in minutes. And then I mentioned we got a TSA dog handler at the Detroit airport. He's in trouble. And then Taylor Swift. What happened at her concert? Fans were passing out and throwing up. You know, Taylor Swift kind of has that effect on some people, like me. But hey,
did you hear about her rain delay?
I did.
Her Nashville rain delay.
No, that's the same place.
Okay,
hold on a minute. We'll fill you in on everything. The final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next, and we'll give away Aerosmith tickets in the next segment, right here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. So stand by. If Roxanne. Froggy out this week. Froggy back next week. You got the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Let's do the Aerosmith tickets right off the bat. So we've got Aerosmith tickets. It's their farewell tour. It's Peace Out. They claim the final Aerosmith tour ever, and we've got it coming to Amalie Arena on October 11th. Black Crowes are going to open up, and we got some tickets right now. Let's go with caller number 50, caller 50, caller 50, 800-990-1047. So if you caller 50, you'll grab some Aerosmith tickets. Where do they open up? They open up September 2nd in Philly. They do Pittsburgh. They do the UBS Arena in Elmont, New York. They do Toronto, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Raleigh, Washington, D.C., then Tampa, October 11th. What if they're going to fill in some dates? Because Washington, D.C. is September 27th, and then the next actual show is October 11th right here in Tampa.
That's a big break. Well, these are old men, so they might need some time to recover.
Yeah. Convalesce for a little bit. All right, so caller 50, Aerosmith tickets right now. Good luck, 800-990-1047, and I will take caller 50 live on the air as soon as Andrew gives me the indication that he's screened up to 49. So good luck. Hey, remember those paramedics that pronounced the dude dead?
We spoke to that guy.
Yeah.
And the guy was not dead?
Yep.
And then they called different paramedics and they rushed him to the hospital. And then he called into the show. He and his daughter called the show.
Yeah, somebody made a boo-boo on that one.
Yep. Phoebe Maxwell. Remember, Phoebe called the show. We had them on. And it was back on February 15th. Phoebe Maxwell found her 66-year-old dad Thomas on the floor. And they called 911, and a paramedic crew came out and pronounced him dead. Well, guess what? Those two Clearwater paramedics have been fired for incorrectly pronouncing Mr. Maxwell dead because he was very much alive. And we had him on the show, so I know he was alive.
He's still alive, right?
Yeah.
It's been a year.
I guess he's... No, it hasn't been a year. It happened earlier this year.
It happened in 2023?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Dude, are you okay?
I seem to remember it a little longer ago.
No,
we do a lot of stuff.
Happened back in February.
Okay.
This is a fresh story. Yeah, so the department medics, Jacob Rivero and Sebastian Pickens, responded to Maxwell's home. When the EMTs got there, they told me you could stop doing that now because she was doing chest compressions. She said, no, I'm not going to. He's not dead. The chief said the call was upgraded to a cardiac arrest, which would have brought more life-saving procedures or resources. Chief Eller said that Rivero and Pickens instead pronounced Thomas Maxwell dead, then notified law enforcement, and they went to a different call. They had all the advanced life support equipment at their fingertips with more coming, said the chief. They chose not to use it and canceled the others. Yeah, good move to fire these guys. So Clearwater has fired these paramedics for pronouncing this guy dead when he was not dead.
The good news for the paramedics is Largo is hiring. So good luck, guys.
Largo's got openings. All right, Andrew just screened caller number 49, so it is time to pick up caller number 50, and that's going to be line 1. Good morning, MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
Delisa?
Did you say Delisa?
Yeah.
Like D-E-L, like delicious?
Yes.
Well, hello, delicious Delisa, and why are you calling the MJ Morning Show?
Hoping for Aerosmith tickets?
And that's caller 50, correct?
Correct.
Or did I say caller 72?
I heard 50.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, Delisa, you're caller 50, you win.
Oh, my goodness.
You got it.
That's amazing.
Yep, you got it. You got Aerosmith tickets, their farewell Peace Out tour, October 11th, Amalie Arena. And you, Delisa, are going to have a delicious time at Aerosmith in October.
Awesome.
Where do you live?
Thank you so much.
Where do you live, Delisa?
I live in Pinellas Park.
All right, fantastic. All right, hold on. And Andrew's going to get all your information, and please enjoy Aerosmith in October.
Will do. Thank you.
I hope they make it that long.
That's the other side of it. I'm looking at all these concert dates. It's still 6 months away.
Well, all right. They think they should. And Michelle wants to go, so I got to get tickets as well. So on Thursday, I don't think I'm going to give away tickets. I'm going to grab those. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, Delisa, congratulations. You're our Tuesday winner.
Thank you so much.
Hey, and you know what happens next Monday, don't you?
I do not. What happens next Monday?
Oh, do you know about tablet tag?
I do not.
Oh, all right. So, Delisa, how long have you been listening to the MJ Morning Show?
Well, I've actually listened to your show for many, many, many years because I'm a Pinellas County native. But I am typically at work at this time. And I just happen to be running late today, so I don't get your show most mornings, or at least not at this time.
So what time do you typically get to listen?
Generally just before the 9 o'clock-ish
Gotcha.
time.
All right, so last August and last November, we gave away those Microsoft Surface Pro 8 tablets. And we're starting it again on Monday. So starting Monday, we're going to give away tablets every day, every hour during the MJ Morning Show for 2 weeks straight. So we're giving away 40 Microsoft Surface Pro 8 Windows 11 tablets.
That's amazing.
It is. It is a massive giveaway, and I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that.
Okay, I will be tuning in then.
Listen, try to listen to the show. Hey, can you bring a radio into work with you? Can you listen on your phone?
If I was not in a dead zone at work, I would.
Well, do you have a computer?
I do, but IT might frown upon streaming.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, listen, I would just find a new line of work then. Find a new job. All right, Delisa, hang on a minute. Andrew's going to get all your information. Congratulations.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You bet. All right, Delisa's on one. Let me grab line two. Good morning, MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi.
You are caller 51.
You're kidding.
Yeah, you're 51. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know this hurts me.
I
MJ,
know.
stop.
Oh, no, I love this.
Should I stop doing this?
No, I like it.
Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Carol.
All right, Carol, we will have Aerosmith tickets again tomorrow morning, then Thursday morning, and then Friday morning. All this week we're doing Aerosmith tickets in the 9 o'clock hour, okay?
I cannot believe this. Thanks.
Carol,
right.
do you ever go by Kettle?
Oh, we stop it with the kettle stuff. Hey, Carol, have a great day.
You too. Thanks.
So close. Oh, hold on. Did you say you love the show?
I do.
Well, thank you. Even though you were 51, she still loves the show. Look, that's a ringing endorsement right there. All right, Carol, thank you for being a great sport.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah, every line is still ringing. Hey, thanks to everyone. We'll do Aerosmith tickets again, 9 o'clock hour tomorrow right here on Q105. Hey, there is a video that's just, it's not massive abuse, but it's improper and it's just uncalled for. There is video that surfaced. Somebody recognized this while they were in the Detroit airport, and they started rolling video.
Okay.
And it's a TSA canine handler.
Oh, I saw
Did you
this.
see it? And he's like dragging the dog, and he's like walking across the terminal, and the dog was not being, I guess, as responsive as the handler wanted, and was just jerking the dog. And like just ripping the dog, and was dragging the dog across the floor. And someone saw this and said, "What the hell are you doing?" And rolled video. The video's gone viral. And now the Detroit canine handler has been suspended. You know, what does this idiot think he's doing? You're in an airport with thousands of people.
Everybody has a phone.
Everybody has a little TV camera in their pocket on their cell phones.
And people have eyeballs. People don't want to see that.
Yeah, yeah. So is this the Fester's looking at the video right now. A TSA canine handler suspended from his duties after a viral video captured him aggressively yanking a bomb-detecting dog in the Detroit Metropolitan Airport. What is that, DTW, right? Is that the airport code? Shows the unidentified TSA employee walking back and forth with the dog. The agent is seen jerking the leashed animal, which appears to be nervous and uneasy in the busy terminal. Yeah, Mike Berkey, a former police canine trainer, said the TSA agent on the video showed lack of training. We do turnarounds, and the dog has to adjust to the handler, Berkey told Fox 2 in Detroit. Come on, you don't treat an animal like this, especially you got a service dog here, a working dog, and he's yanking the dog. I mean, it's just improper. And he's like, the dog's paws are sliding across that airport stone floor. You know, come on, Andrew, do me a favor. Can you put this video? Put the TSA dog handling idiot. Put this guy up on videos mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. So we'll get this up on our website in just a bit. But you do this in public. I mean, you should do it anywhere. But yeah, exactly. You do this in public. You have thousands of people. So the handler has been put on suspension. And the way I see it, this guy should not be handling a dog ever again. You know, pfft. All right, Taylor Swift. So, Fester, you brought up Taylor Swift performing in the rain. I guess there was a rain delay in Nashville, right?
A 4-hour delay.
Yeah.
Imagine you're going to a concert. You're there all day anyway. And then you have to wait 4 more hours?
Yeah, they had some bad weather. This was Sunday night. Yeah, so
in Nashville.
Nashville at the Nissan Stadium.
Now, was it Sunday or was it early Sunday morning? Because the
concert ended at 2 a.m.
Well, her concerts in Tampa were Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, she did 3 hours or a little over 3 hours, and she did... Typically, I think she went on about 8:15 or 8:20, and she went to past 11 p.m. She did like a 3-hour show here in Tampa all 3 nights, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So she's doing the Nashville dates. They get the skies opening up, rain delay, thunder, lightning. They have to delay the show. She finally goes on stage, and she finished at 2 a.m., and there were 4 hours of rain delay on Sunday night for Taylor Swift. But during this, people apparently passed out and threw up.
Because the crowd? Because the...
Were they drunk? I mean, you're there for 4 hours.
The crowd was restless, had remained under covered areas, packed in. When we arrived, we were placed into a forced shelter at about 5:40 p.m. and had to remain there without movement until 9:30. Fans were body to body with the rain and wind hitting us. The rain pulled around our feet as fans took their shoes off. Fans passed out and threw up while sheltering in place at the Nissan Stadium in Nashville.
Have you ever been to a stadium where there was a rain delay and they made you evacuate the seating area?
No.
I think I was at a football game where there was a lightning delay and everybody in this 70,000 person stadium was huddled in the under the bleacher area. It was awful.
Sweaty people.
And then you're there for 4 hours? Ugh.
That's not good. Gel nails. Roxanne, you said you don't get...
Yeah, I wrote that down. Gel nails.
You don't get gel nails.
I try not to.
All right. Anyway, this woman says that she had gel nails for years and now she can't move her hands.
Oh, well, that's extreme.
A woman left with mangled fingertips following a manicure is desperately trying to nail down the cause of her mystery condition. Isn't there concern that with gel nails, that when you put your hands repeatedly under the UV drying device, that...
We did that story.
Wasn't there a story that it could give you like finger cancer or skin cancer or something?
The exposure to that light. I mean, again, how often do you have to go and get them done in order for that to be an issue?
Listen, I told Chloe was getting some gel nails, and I told Chloe to cut the crap. I said, because we had that story about the cancer and the gel nail UV dryers, and I told Chloe, stop getting the gel nails. Oh, but Daddy, they look so nice. I'm like, stop getting the gel nails. You want your nails to look nice, or you want finger cancer? You know? So
I don't get gel nails. I do get gel toes.
Well, your toes are going to get toe cancer.
Isn't it the exact same physiology, just on a different end?
Yeah, but, you know.
You ought to see her nails are nasty. It's like her skin and nails began peeling away from the nail bed.
Yeah.
And then she has so much pain in her fingers, she can barely move her hands. I don't know if it's the gel nails or she has some other condition, but that's terrible. What else before we get out of here? I think I can save all this crap for tomorrow. Yeah. Anything, guys, before we call it a day here on a Tuesday on the MJ Morning Show?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah. All right, so I'm pretty excited. Next week, we start the tablet tag giveaway. So every single day for 2 weeks, every hour, During the MJ Morning Show, we're giving away 40 tablets. Thanks to twocollegebrothers.com, our official sponsor of Tablet Tag. And it starts on Monday. We'll have Aerosmith tickets again tomorrow, then on Thursday, then on Friday, and then boom, next week, Tablet Tag with tablets out the wazoo. These are like $1,100 list price tablets, the Microsoft Surface Pro 11s. All right, we'll call it a day here. Hopefully, this was a bizarre show today.
It really, really was. I'm kind of exhausted from the bizarreness.
Yeah, it was just an interesting, different kind of show. If you missed any of it, just go back and listen to the podcast, post by 11 a.m. or so, or go back and watch MJTV, because our live video stream can be watched on demand. Just go to mjmorningshow.com and click on MJTV. Folks, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. My email is mj@mjmorningshow.com, and let's be careful out there.